What's going on, everybody? Welcome on in. We finally made it here. We are at the live stream. And of course, it's a couple of guys that maybe you recognize, maybe you don't. Who knows? But we finally made it, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Taquito. You probably see me a few times rocking around with Pelmav, the talking toucan who loves to be yapping nothing but rematch facts all the time. Alongside me is somebody who hadn't been here in a little while. He was actually here the last time it was called RME, but now it's under different management. All I have to say, my friend, is what it do.
Yo, what it do? What it do? It's a Friday evening. I'm excited to get back into some rematch action. And what better way than qualifier number one for our nation's circuit here?
That is true, man. And it's a brand new season here. Brand new season, brand new name, like brand new name, kind of old name, but new people. Who dis? You know what I'm saying? Who is this? But we have, brother, these team names, these players, everything about this has changed quite a bit since the last time you tuned in. But we've got, I mean, there's some results that have landed so far from what I can tell. Lockdown still kind of waiting for theirs. I do believe they were up one in their match. Looks like Ballistic is playing Baby Dill Pickle. They're still waiting on a result. Sun Chasers and Veil Eclipse is waiting on one. Those are the last three matches kind of rounding out our round one here, but we're in a Swiss format, man. We get to catch a lot of games. And for those of you who don't know what's going on here, we're just going to follow a red zone style of stream. Q and I are going to yap and have some fun. We're going to hop into some other people's streams. You will hear Pelmav commentating at some point in time, but we're here to just kind of cover as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, gonna be able to pop into a couple of different games here. We got 5 rounds of Swiss. We've got all sorts of action going on across the evening. So we'll try and pop in to a little bit of everything. Of course, also let us know in chat if there are any teams that you guys want us to tune in.
Yes.
We'll try the best that we can to pop in as much as we can. Again, of course, there's a lot of action going on. We're gonna try the best that we can to put the closest matchups also on your screen as well. Don't forget also, if it's your first time through and you haven't done so quite yet, make sure you hit the follow button down below, turn those notifications on. It's day number one of qualifier number one. We have got plenty more action for our Rematch Nations Cup over here. Big shout out to Slow Clap for working alongside us to help put this thing together.
Yeah, man, 100%. Like Slow Clap coming in for this one is huge. I got to bring it up because bro just typed in the chat. So I told you beforehand going into this, Overdose is no longer a thing. It is a team called Narcan now. Kistiff on that squad alongside Growl, Turtle, Fear, and I don't know who's playing today because we haven't exactly. I haven't seen a match, but I see Zilu and Mystics on the roster. So well, I'm sure one of those two will be rocking down in the backfield position. That's going to be a fun team to keep your eyes on. SPK as well, winning their match. Morai, they've been around for about a month now. They're locking in theirs. They're the old Strive roster, I believe. Most of the old Strive roster, if you remember Strive.
Yeah.
Kin has, oh boy, I had to bring it up because I could not believe my eyes when I saw this. The legendary Ippy has taken the pitch again. He has removed himself from the coaching role and he is now playing the game. So that is huge for all the old supporters of Rematch, a player that's been around for quite some time. But are there any team names that you recognize over here in the bracket you kind of want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've kind of hit a lot of the ones that I wanted to talk about. It's also cool to see Orion still around and seeming to
Yes.
be having some decent results. I think the thing that I have truly enjoyed, I know you mentioned it in the green room, while maybe you haven't been on screen. I've been trying to see, keep up with the rematch scene as much as possible. I do love that we have a lot of our OGs that are still showing up, showing out. You mentioned Ippy being back, but a lot of new talent lately too has really been starting to make
Yes.
a name for themselves. I feel like we're in a really good spot here now. I guess we could technically say heading into year two of Rematch Esports as a whole. I feel like we've got a really good talent pool. So I'm excited to see how this season really unfolds, especially with this only being qualifier number one.
Me too, man. Again, like you said, a lot of old heads. Kaiju coming out. It's got Jersey, Sorgi on it. Preeks is rocking down on that roster. Vanta is still hanging out. They got to win. I like to see that. They're a team that likes to push up. And Force Fed, who was under some very questionable scenarios, they found themselves a team And this is a bit of a mismatched kind of team. They got two players returning, or they got three players returning: Grizz, Red, and Manny, aka BBB, Big Booty Blasian himself. And they got second Garu, or Gairu. I don't know exactly how to say the name. He's the keeper, and Phoenix of all people is leading the charge on attack for Force Fed. So that's an interesting roster that we're gonna have to keep an eye on. But we've got our round two. It just queued up. We've got some interesting matchups here for round number two. I'm looking at that very first one, set double A.
Set double A with Hidden Cipher and Pulgas FC. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting matchup there. Also, to have Ballistic and Moira also in a
Yes.
matchup against one another there as far as for set AC. I mean, this is the fun part about Swiss. Obviously, you get later in, you've got the teams who have been playing better, playing against the teams that have been playing better. So the top parts of our bracket are always going to be really interesting to see those. And of course, later in the day, it's not going to be quite yet, but unfortunately, starting next round, we will start sending some teams home as well.
We will. There will be some people falling down, and I'm not entirely sure. I have my eyes on who could actually be the ones falling out. But hey, Kistiff said it himself in the chat too. The match you just mentioned, Ballistic versus Morai, being the best matchup so far in round two. If we can get some eyes on that one, that'll be nice. We don't know if anybody's streaming, but we're definitely going to get an update as soon as we get started. Let's see who else. False versus Orion looks like that could be kind of fun. Uh, mm, Let me see. That's about the only other one. Yeah, I mean everything else should probably be pretty par for the course, is what I could
Narcan Sora,
assume.
I feel like could be fun just to see if Sora could pull off the upset. I feel like Narcan should probably be considered the favorite in that,
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah, not even a question. Overdose is one of the most winning rosters in rematch history, man. That's two or three fifths of Overdose essentially. No, it's actually everybody. It's four fifths. They have a new player. That's it. So nice saves versus Raikou. Okay, that's another good one. Norman says, let's see, who's on nice saves? Where's that matchup at? I guess it's on the second page. God, there's so many players, so many teams.
I don't see that matchup on my
Okay, so it's Orb Esports is what they're called on
uh
Start. Yeah, that might be fun. That could be fun. Oh, that was Trico. Okay, it was False and Raikou. It already happened. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, so Zilu is playing. Grau is out today. Oh man. Oh man, that's interesting. Who's playing up for Grau? Because that's is Mystics playing up is for Grau? Zilu and Mo is CDM. Okay, okay, okay. Got you. Interesting. Hope we get to see you guys play. That'd be nice. Also, I think Bled let us know we got something going on kind of soon. It said 7 minutes. Whew, we gotta talk a lot.
Also, keep in mind, I know we've got some players in chat wanting to try and promote their teams. It's easier to get on stream if you have a stream. Just gonna
Exactly.
throw that out for Swiss.
Exactly.
More games. Obviously, more point of views that we have. The more that we can throw in there. We did mention we're going to try and cover as much action as possible. We have 54 teams right now, so take into account how many matchups that does mean are going on during a particular round. So even if it is just a player view, I know we've got a couple of those going on. You don't necessarily need to have like a team stream, right? Even if it's just a point of view to pop up so your team can potentially have a little bit of shine on stream. Something going on for today as well as the other Swisses going forward. So
Yeah, and obviously, we are going to be commentating as much. Mo won a tourney with us like 2 weeks ago. I did not know that. I did not know that. Very nice. I would be streaming if my PC's motherboard didn't fry. Oh no, Red. Somebody
relatable.
get Red a new motherboard.
Relatable.
Relatable.
Bro, rocking a 1660. It's so hard to like make sure that I can keep my thing tuned in away while I'm streaming to be able to do what's got to do. I feel it. I need to upgrade on mine soon. Big
Yeah,
facts.
I actually just like kind of recently upgraded mine, so that's all I'm
Before or after the RAM prices spiked?
Oh yeah, I was not part of the Rampocalypse. So
No.
yeah,
Lucky,
I did not
lucky.
get involved in the Rampocalypse. I'm so glad I did not. Oh, let's see. We got some games. I mean, they are starting. Do we have a stream? That's the question. Bleh, update us. We got something going on.
I was gonna be getting
Okay,
us
so we're
into
getting
one here in a
Hidden
moment.
Cipher and Pulgas. Oh man.
Should be a good matchup. We said that's one that we wanted to see. So to be able to get that up early, I see players starting to load into the lobby now. If you had to give us an early predictions and thoughts on this series here, Taquito, how this one's going
I
to break down.
PD might dislike me for this, but I think Hidden Cipher is probably going to take this one. Hidden Cipher is a team that kind of came together. It's got the rematch or the North America rematch esports GOAT Nova on the squad, the 4-time himself. They've got Isagi Yoichi, Holy rocking down the goalkeep, Diz and Zeptus also rounding out the roster. So it's a pretty good squad. I can't lie. Hidden Cipher, like on paper, the org did not have a roster that was this caliber last time around. So I think this might be the highest level roster that they've been able to secure. And again, they have that B team in Ballistic. The B team can obviously punch up and guarantee themselves a top 8. So Hidden Cipher could have 2 people in top 8 tomorrow with the level of rosters that these guys have. So getting to look at
Sunday.
their Oh, hey, there we go. We're about to get on the pitch. But yeah, like this team, this org locked down some pretty important talent.
Go ahead and get on down into it. Looks like we got a player POV, so that means it puts us on to, oh, well, already find us an equalizer here quick. So that puts us on to which side on the POV here?
We are on Blaze's side, I believe. So we're on the side of Pulgas.
All right.
Also,
Early.
one thing I love that I found out recently is a lot of the strikers in this game are keyboard and mouse.
I'm going three.
Interesting. I would have figured that a game that would be, well, I mean, I guess we've been even seeing in like RLCS level people bringing out more keyboard mouses of late. I guess you get to feel more deliberate with your inputs, but it feels like the offense is turning up on both sides here very quickly in the series.
Oh, absolutely. Diz rocking down a goal there. Header off the back wall. It's pretty nice to see. So we got 2-1 over on the side of Hidden Cipher. There is a controller striker, though, and he was in the chat. He's probably playing now, but I believe Kistiff is a controller striker.
You have Hurdle.
Always fun to see the always fun to see the back and forth of the inputs. I definitely am intrigued in the fact that it sounds like you're saying more being on the keyboard and mouse, but it's like a potential of a long pass up. I do really like to see, as far as at least what we've seen in this series, both teams having at least interesting looks on the offensive side. I feel like before, when we look back to like the development, it was a lot more of the deep passes in the box. I really like it seeing more developed like traditional football now.
Yeah. A lot of people have been favoring more. I mean, because you've been watching the streams, they've been favoring that cross real heavy. Big setup off the side. Oh, nice. We get an ad. Lovely. Now let's see. Let's see if we can get a stream. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're gonna immediately cut over
as a fellow
guys.
spectator
So
of
now
this game.
You get
How do
some
you
commentary
like
here.
the new
But we'll get back over to
way of
Pulgas and Hidden
spectating in
Cipher.
this game? It's brand new for me here tonight, obviously, as haven't been around for a little bit of time. Been enjoying kind of the off season away. Psycho. Sajams
I know you
deep over the left end, and it will
essentially
go off the
being
far
like
post
the
there by
B
Ritz.
squad,
For those
but
that are
do you feel
unfamiliar,
against a team like Mora still would be
again, back to
considered
his
a
OG
favorite here in
name
this
of
matchup?
Ritz, formerly known as Hit.
Ooh,
The guy that you'll hopefully today see a lot of plumber shots from him. A lot of hit shots is what they like to call it. Nice rainbow setup here as they try to go off that left side wall. Not able to get it right there. Now Twizzle mashing it up. Does find Psycho. Psycho used to play on a team formerly with.
Oh, is that? Oh my lord! Have mercy.
And now
Ritz. A triple off the back wall?
Yeah, filthy. We saw able to set up with the first just off of the pass into the box, header into a second header. Just I mean, puts the whole team on a poster. Talk about a huge goal.
But yeah, like I said, I think I'd be remiss to say that they are favored. I do think Moirai is 100% the favorite, or should be the favorite in this matchup. Rato World, I think that would be a question if you're in the Discord. Definitely ask one of the mods or the people checking tickets. I don't know that specific rule, so apologies for not being able to quote that right now. Oh my gosh, yeah. See, Fate, dude. Fate's one of those players. His what's the word I'm looking for? Accuracy. His accuracy is insane.
2 defenders, no problem. Upper left corner, when you talk about accuracy, man, to be able to point that thing into either Binsky's definitely has to have you feeling good. So 2 minutes left in game number 1. You mentioned Moirai should still kind of be considered a favorite, up 3-1 here in a pretty decent spot. Ballistics had some glimpses, though. I think they're still far from out of this thing.
Yeah, no. This is by far the closest matchup, I think, so far in group 2 or round 2 of our Swiss. Oh, Lord have mercy. You can't leave Fate with an opening, bro. You just can't. That is the biggest thing. Like you kind of go across the board here. You've got Leroy, Fate, Isagi, Kistiff. I mean, like, I could just keep going down. Phoenix. Like, dude, there's so many people striker-wise. They're absolutely incredible. So, who'd I miss? Man, I gotta keep looking. Who did I miss? Ganja's still playing. I don't know if he's up to stuff, because he's kind of unk right now. But I gotta believe Ganja's still rocking down the striker position, or at least somewhere near it. Draco, I completely left Draco out of that. So, I mean, it's just the adaption, I will say, has been rough for keepers. Pelmav talked about how there was a recent keeper update that kind of hurt aggressive, or it hurt keepers who are reactive. It's more favored to keepers who play aggressive. And so that's something that we're going to have to pay attention to. You're probably going to see keepers kind of push up and want to make a dive more and be a little more aggro on attackers, rather than like waiting to react to the play.
I don't necessarily hate that. I feel like it adds a different dynamic, especially to have that little push and pull scenario, especially towards like the top end of the box. Always saw potential for another one as an entry pass doesn't quite find its mark. But yeah, I really have enjoyed, I think, again, seeing a more traditional play. It's not just the deep pass into the box. We've been seeing some decent crosses on both sides. That one there from Ritz is going to bury it just to the near post. And just when you felt like this game was out of reach, it's a 1-goal bowl game, and we've got 32 seconds left.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, dude, close post. It's always a good place to put the ball, because I mean, regardless of how you flip it, I mean, when it's 1v1 in a situation kind of like that, I wouldn't say necessarily 1v1, but you're kind of fighting through less traffic than normal. It's a bit harder for the keeper to really kind of find that position to snag the ball. But looks like Moirai has got a hole. What a save from Dupe. My Lord. Huge save. But it looks like they're probably going to, yeah, they'll rock down possession to win the one goal game.
Ballistic made it close, though. We mentioned how it was how this was expected to be a close series, but we'll go ahead and kick it on over. We mentioned we're going to try and catch as much of our action across the Swiss as possible. Lockdown versus SCFC. Looks like currently in game number 1, and it does look like, I believe it's Lockdown up 4-2.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Yeah, this team's limitless. SCFC limitless. So not a couple people I don't know. I think Star was brought up to me recently from Pelmav. Like I said, Pelmav gives me all these crazy updates. I absolutely love it. So, all right. This is completely side from what's going on the stream. Bleh. Insane that you thought that we were going to be doing normal commentary up here. Insane, brother. We're having fun. This is a fun stream today.
Really been enjoying it. Gives us a chance to be. I always enjoy doing the more red zone style because one, it allows us to see more of the action, but two, it allows us to interact with chat a little bit. I get to see, what they want to talk about. We get to kind of have that commentary back and forth, a little bit more of a chill evening than your traditional, just you and me yapping about what's on stream, Taquito.
I agree. Hey, we dropped out here into the Kin series. Hold on. Ippy on the stream? Let's see what's happening here. Hold on. Who are they playing? Do we know who they're actually playing? That's the question. I don't see.
What squad was Ippy on again? Remind me.
It's Kin. It's Kin NA. So this is the North American Kin team. They're playing Note. NOTE.
Yeah.
And it looks like they are already up 1-0.
Yeah. Oh, they're up 1-0.
Yeah. It looks like Kin is up 1-0 here in their round 2. Just judging off of what I see on start, by the way.
Definitely appreciate our squads keeping things up to date on start, by the way, instead of waiting until the end of the series reported. That helps us a little bit when we're tuning in.
You and I, way used to just,
the opposite.
I wonder who won this series. Like, I can look at the roster and I could probably know who won the series, but like, who won the series?
Ooh, what a shot just from outside the box as Ken will take the lead off of this one, and it's a beautiful dime. Ippy back over to who's that? Minzu to be able to that's a 3-player. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Everyone eats.
Who is Solus? Is that Andy? Or is Andy's name like actually Andy?
Oh, that I'm not sure. Oh, Andy's name is actually Andy.
Okay, so who is Solus then? It's not Ippy. It's not Minwoo.
Oh,
is Minwoo?
Like
Minwoo's playing. What the? Minwoo scored as I asked that question. Incredible.
It's the tough risk you take when you step out with the keeper, man. What you think is just a simple entry pass, it ends up getting picked off. You're outside your box, and that's an easy one. It's now what was tied up literally, 30 seconds ago? Now a 2-goal lead here for Ken. And remember, you did mention Taquito. They took game number 1. So looking for the sweep here as far as in their second series.
Yeah, no, they absolutely are. Also, NOTE is not of this earth. Thank you, Obito. I like that.
Well, what planet are they from?
Good question. What planet would you be from if you weren't from Earth? Hit me with that real quick.
I guess it's really it depends on if you consider Pluto a planet. Because
as of 2016, Pluto is back as a planet.
Oh, see, I did not know it got back added, but yeah, your boys called it ice. So yeah, Pluto. Yeah.
All right, I like that. Let me be sure. Let me be sure. Yeah, it was 2016. 2016, it got back. It got its planet status back.
My dog out here, official again.
Yeah, no, this is literally. I love this, man. I love this. So, this scene again, like this is a matchup where you're kind of you're assuming that it shouldn't be as close as it kind of was. Obviously, Ken currently running away with it. Couple of other updates. Kaiju is beating RSK right now. They won game 1. Unfortunately, False and Orion did not follow suit. They have not updated their match. They're currently 15 minutes into their series. Alter Ego just reported the result over FC Barcha. They will win their round 2. Man Queens FC wins over Baby Dill Pickle. Ghostline over Toucan Sam's. Orb Black over all Japanese kanji for the most part, or Chinese. I don't know, Eastern Asian of some kind. I don't want to be incorrect. But there's a few that are rolling in currently.
It's like a lot of those ones, or at least like a couple of those ones early on, a couple of DQs. So probably a couple of sweeps included in those as well. We'll start seeing some more of those sweeps coming in. This one here, unless the results change over the course of the next 95 seconds. It will end here with this one being a sweep. Also, we are on board on the Moirai game. It looks like that one has become official as well with their sweep against Ballistic.
And we must have been tapped into that second game because, again, it was close.
Yeah.
It was close. So it was a good shout from Kistiff calling that one out. So let's see. Eclipse and Double Shine, they have not updated anything, it looks like. So we don't know anything on that one. Next up in Force Fed, they also haven't updated anything. But I feel like Force Fed probably gets that one. Looks like we're going to switch over, or I don't know. We want to switch over real quick and see if we have another game. Maybe Vivid. Yeah. Ooh, and they are down one. Q. Ghostline 0 currently have game 1.
So Ghostline 0 have game 1. We're halfway here now through game number 2. Still tied up at 0. Looks like this has been more of a defensive matchup, at least here in game 2. And let's see who can find this opening goal here, Taquito.
Looks like Ghostline also is in the black jerseys, and the white is going to be Vivid. Just to give you a heads up, judging by the names on the start.
Passes a blue. Intercepted by Lukey. Lukey carries the ball up.
Got a breakaway here. There is a chance as far as for Ghostline. Nice entry pass. Not quite going to find its mark. Good job by the defense to be able to send that aside. And well, now there's a chance as far as for a counterattack the opposite way. We see the deep pass. Now it's across from the box. And unfortunately, that's not quite going to find its way onto the boot of Bluey there.
Now, this is interesting on the side of UKN Vivid on the defensive play they just had. One down there in the box. I mean, I understand it was a single attacker, but like you only had one defender outside of the keeper. I feel like that's a choice. You know what I mean?
Oh, Fate with the fancy footwork. Sets this thing down and gets one to bite, and then it's just mano-a-mano with the goalkeeper. It's ice in the veins here. You can see just the fancy footwork to get the defender to bite, and it's easy pickings from there. And that does mean now, as long as they can hold the line, potentially looking for the sweep.
Okay, hang on. Pelmav, I've got dad jokes in the mainstream. You don't need to be typing them in chat, big dog. I don't need two dad joke like connoisseurs going at it at the same time. We're all good there, buddy.
Oh, Fate with the breakaway. Oh, we got your ankles. Not like this. Fate put them on skates, and it's 2-0.
Now you're rhyming? Like, all right, dude. All right, man. Somebody help me out here. Mute him like a couple of minutes. Like, I don't know. Somebody ban this guy. Yeah, dude. Somebody like time this guy out, man. This is crazy. But no, honestly, it's looking very, very good. I guess it's just how I'll put it right now. You got less than 80 seconds and counting going into the potential sweep match or sweep game of this set for Ghostline 0, up 2-0. It's a tough position to be in. If you're UK and Vivid, you have to score like now. You need some time.
Yeah, a minute's not that long, right? Especially when you take into account that when you do score, you give over that possession. So it feels like it has to probably be on this entry down into the GL half. You do have numbers. Bluey now has the possession at the top of the box. It's a quick kick to the outside. There's room and there's space, and you can understand while they're giving it to him. You want to pack the box, and at this point, Ghostline 0 just has to hold the line.
Couple of updates as well. Narcan, Narcan got the sweep over Sora. SPK got the sweep over Crisis, I think is how you say that, maybe? I don't know. I could totally be wrong. Amy's Army got the win. It's a sweep over Kaizen. And that's about the only other ones we can really update. Apostles beat Welcome Wagon. Lots of other DQs, though. Looks like All Black just reported theirs over Streakers. And Sun Chasers lost to Enter Taquitos. Raikou also just updated. They beat Orb Esports. So, got a few that have updated over time.
feel like we're seeing quite a few of the sweepskis here as far as
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't say rounding out round 2. We still have a couple of games left, but yeah, I mean, I feel like we've even kind of seen it just through regular tournament modes when we don't have Swiss, when we just have our traditional brackets. As much as you would expect even your closer matchups in best of 3s to go 2-1, it's hard to stop momentum of a team when you've picked up game number 1. You've usually found somewhat of what's working against the defense. Being on the back foot, it's hard to make that transition to quickly turn around and pick up game 2.
It really is, man. I mean, this is kind of an any game. You talked about the traditional bracket. I come from a very heavy fighting game background. Brother, you lose, you get clapped game 1. It's really hard to win game 2. Like you are mentally spent after that first game. You're like, look, dude, I didn't need B to A or anything like that. But like, come on, man, let me play the game.
Now, as we continue moving through as far as the rest of the brackets, again, keeping in mind, maybe we have people who aren't as familiar with Swiss. It's essentially, it's a race to win 3 or you lose 3 series and you're out. So while there aren't going to be very many teams that can either qualify or be eliminated in this next round, moving into round 3, this is where that does start to occur during Swiss. We'll have some of those teams in the 2-0 bracket that will hopefully look to make this their last series. We are going to have some teams that are already going to be fighting for their lives, Taquito.
Yeah, looks like False does record a 2-0 over Orion. 10 do record the sweep over Not of This Earth. I'm guessing Kaiju still in game 2. I don't know. Same with Lockdown over SCFC Limitless. Vanta have not recorded a single game. And then Good Vibes, Man on United. What a team name. What a team name. V-Star is what I'm assuming this other one is. Oh, Skunk is on that team. Heck yeah. So is Pudero. Very nice. And Hezi. All right. They got a little squad going on over there. I like that. Good Vibes is 1-0 over Yart Munchers. What a team name.
Gamers, man. Gamers.
Dude, nothing. When I found out what ZPS's real name was in Rocket League, dude, nothing will ever top that. So nothing will ever top him having to become an acronym. So
I have to find out the lore on that one in the background because I don't know if I know that one.
I got you right here. Don't worry. I'll message it to you.
And again, we are keeping in mind this is qualifier number 1. This is Swiss stage. We will have the elimination bracket. That's on Sunday. I think is that 6:00 start instead of the 8:00 start? Taquito, is that right? 5 or 6, I do believe.
Yeah, it'll be 6. It'll be 6. We're gonna do top 16 on Sunday. Yeah.
Make sure you guys are tuned back in for that over here on the channel. Again, if it's your first time through, this is only qualifier number 1, so we hope to have you back not only for that playoff bracket here this Sunday, but obviously our other qualifiers over the coming couple of months here. So make sure y'all are locked in. Hit the follow button not only over on here. Make sure you guys lock in over on the Twitter as well. Big shout out to Slow Clap for working alongside us over here at RME, putting together the Rematch Nations Cup.
Ooh.
And I do believe we've got a little bit more action as we are getting ready to move on into another series here in just a couple of moments. So make sure you guys are sticking with us.
Why is nobody streaming this? What? RSK and Kaiju are in game 3 right now. Why is nobody streaming this? No, Skyline is streaming. Skyline is online. I know he is. I saw bro go live. Like, he is online. Where is his? You know what? I just gotta search him. Where is he at? Because, like, he's currently playing. No. Yeah, there he is. All right, I'm opening this up right now. What do we got? What do we got?
V-Star versus Man on United. It looks like we are sitting in on the V-Star perspective here. It looks like it's their keeper on their side. They're up 4-2 currently. I believe this is game 3.
Solo. Rip.
Is it game 3 for V-Star?
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely game 2 as according to start, for sure.
Okay.
It's definitely game
3.
2.
Nice.
They've definitely brought more offense this time around. Currently up 4-2, and man, they're playing aggressive with their keeper, moving all the way up towards that midfield line. They feel like they've got plenty of dominance down the field as for now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a little peep here out on Skyline stream. I can't see. Somebody looks like they've gotten a goal. Good save from Skyline there.
That's keeper. That was
man.
keeper
I want to know. I want to know what this. I want to know what game 1's at least looking like. I'm curious because now this is one of the other ones. One of the other ones that we kind of see go the distance.
Ooh, that shot rings off of the post as far as on our screen here. That would have cut this lead.
This guy's a psychopath.
Down to 1. Surely a sigh of relief as far as from our keeper for V-Star. End up seeing, I mean, right now it got to hold on to this lead for an additional 100 seconds essentially, and things will be wrapped up. I do believe that would end up as far as in the sweep for V-Star here.
Yeah, according to start, it would be the sweep. Skyline on their stream, RSK is currently losing by 1. So game 3 looking to come to a close for Kaiju's benefit. They have a lot of time though. Yeah, okay, we got it up on the stream. There we go. I was gonna say they got a lot of time here. A lot of time.
Switch.
Keep you guys updated as far as on the V-Star series, but it did look like V-Star was well on their way to being able to complete the sweep. Also, can I just say, if we do have to request for POVs for Swiss stages in the future, I really love being able to get the goalkeeper POV. Unfortunate to see this one squeeze right on by, as that means now it's going to be a 2-goal lead.
Yep, it is definitely. Oh, Jean Boo Boo, why we laughing at Skyline? What is this? Let bro alone. He's just trying his best out here. We can't be making fun of him on the mainstream.
So this is game 3, right? On this Risk
Yes,
Kaiju
this is
matchup?
game 3. This is game 3.
Currently Kaiju up 2-0, it looks like, since we do have the POV of Skyline on screen. Nice save comes across.
Oh, Double Shine and Eclipse went to game 3, and Eclipse took it. Gentleman sweep. Lost game 1, got the last 2. Tough. You hate to see it, honestly.
Pass across. I thought there was going to be a chance for Risk to be able to find, or sorry, RSK to find their first, and another entry pass into the box. That one will end up being denied. I feel like if there's a third goal that comes across from Kaiju, for RSK can find their first, even with 2 minutes still left on the clock, that could very well be the beginning of the end here.
Yeah, they definitely needing. Oh my. Okay, Skyline. We are pushed up past the half. There's Egg to the central. Oh, couldn't find it over there for H2. That's tough. Again, they need a goal, and they need one like relatively soon. And so this is okay. So Specs is streaming from a POV for Kaiju currently. Okay, but oh, good save. Keeps that one out. If they can get a counterattack here, if they can keep the ball out of their half or at least out of danger, that's a good shot. What a save from Skyline again. Check him out.
My boy Skyline got the RLCS blacklight.
Yes, he does.
Seat in the back, man. Plus 10 aura. I love to see it.
But what do you mean? He's down 2, Q? What are you talking about?
Hey, aura, plus 10 aura. I didn't say anything as far as results. The aura is something that's completely different.
I didn't say anything regarding results. Bro's just got aura. Oh, no.
Although seeing the blacklight RLCS seat. Makes me wonder, should we be doing ASMR as far as on the stream here? Is there's going to be a goal for RSK? I think only the RLCS people are going to understand that one. So maybe
yeah,
not.
I was gonna say the teammates ASMR got to him. He had to buy the chair. That's a good goal from Kite though. Much needed. Exactly 60 seconds, bro. They have exactly 1 minute to tie the game up. If this goes to OT, what a match to tune into.
Mentioned that weren't in a position to be able to surrender another one. Said they find one of their own, but that 45 seconds, Taquito, that's left on the clock will disappear quickly. I mean, you don't even want to take this possession for granted, because if you don't find a goal here, there's a very good chance that Kaiju will not let you get the ball back.
Oh, Vanta recorded the games wrong. Low XP takes a sweep over Vanta. I thought Vanta had game 1 in that series. And V-Star did end up taking the sweep on Man on United. No way.
Almost finds a way across the goal line, but can't. And now for Kaiju, you just have to play keep away for the final 3. Hold on, one last chance. Will be one last attack here for RSK. It'll be settled down by Skyline. The defense will be pressed up just a little further forward. Teamwork makes the dream work. It's a pass all the way across with 0 seconds on the clock. Kaiju will force an overtime in game 3.
Yo, we tuned into the right game, ladies and gentlemen. Yo. Okay, Good Vibes and Yart Munchers as well. They're also currently in game 3. Wish we could maybe get a POV on that one. Nobody. Maybe this person is streaming. They have their Twitch linked. They are not streaming. Okay. No stream there. That's tough. You hate to see it, but we got to lock in on this overtime, man.
I mean, as much as I can, we've got a big old alert right in the middle of our screen. What are we doing, Mike?
Leave it to streamers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Leave it to streamers.
Leave it to the streamers, dog. But it's all right, though. It's all right. They will be able to eventually take the possession here. And it feels like they've got the momentum on their side. Remember, it was, just over 2 minutes. And Kaiju were up 2-0, and it's
no
not
way.
even a minute into overtime. And Kaiju are going to be able to steal this one and move up to the 2-0 side of the bracket.
Yo, no way. No way. No, RSK is the one who got that. RSK.
Sorry, RSK, you are right. RSK pulls that back and goes to the upper side, the 2-0 side of the bracket.
My dude, with less than 2 minutes left, y'all. With less than 2 minutes left, RSK get the tying goal and then seal the deal in overtime. What a moment. What a moment, bro.
I asked the risk that you take when you're up late and then you start playing to, not to say that it was the case, but when you start to play not to lose instead of play to win, it felt like the pedal was let off just a little bit and started playing a little bit more defensive than what we had seen. Granted, we only tuned in for about a minute before that last 2 minutes of the game, so maybe off the mark from what I'm seeing, but for just a little bit that we had seen, it felt like started playing a little bit more turtled up versus what had gotten them into that lead. The good news, though, as we had mentioned earlier, this is Swiss, so it's a race to 3 series wins or a race to 3 series losses. That was the 1-0 bracket. So for Kaiju, they're off to the 1-1 bracket. They've still got plenty of time to still be able to qualify into that top 16.
I think I was gonna say, I think we do have a shot clock, and I think Slow Clap has talked about potentially like implementing an actual shot clock into the game. So that's kind of cool.
I would definitely be down for that. I feel like would be something especially for the higher levels of play. Although I don't know, maybe a little bit of devil's advocate here and a true football enjoyer. No shot clock in football. Just saying.
That's true. That is true. You can just play the game. The field is also like 3 times the size, and there's 6 other players on each team, so a bit of a difference.
That is fair. That is fair. Speaking of, you've been this is Nations Cup. It is World Cup time after all. You've been watching much of World Cup, Taquito.
Yes, I have. Leroy has better wording. It's an offensive play timer. It's not a shot clock.
Fair.
So yeah, that's Leroy has better wording on that one. So, but yes, I have been watching the World Cup. I have not been paying attention today. I was very busy at work. Also, update our final round two match of Swiss does lock in. Good vibes take the game 3 over Yart Munchers. So we wait. Why are we? Why is somebody updating Eclipse? Did they record that wrong? Did
don't know.
Shine take the reverse sweep? Or was it Eclipse?
I am opening it up on Start GG right now, and I am waiting to see an official update on it. Currently reading technically as 1-1, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused by. But yeah, you know what? You are right, Bellion. There is no blade shots in football. That's true. They just don't got it like that.
Very true. It does look like Eclipse ended up taking game number 3, so no reverse sweep either way. It looks like it was just a misinput, maybe, I guess, of that game number 3. So it'll be Eclipse that'll move over to that 2-0 side of the bracket.
True. We have I've been paying very close attention as much as I can to the World Cup. I was very disappointed in England's last game against Ghana. I was happy that Ghana got the draw. Very important for them. But Harry Kane, brother, could not hit his shots. That was a little disappointing to see. Can't lie.
Yeah, I have long been a Harry Kane. I don't want to say fan. I don't feel like that is very much the best way of putting it. But someone I've kept an eye on Harry Kane. Feels like someone who has potential, but uh, the curse very much being real for sure.
Yeah, dude, Trico, like what was the deep dude? Ghana was playing god tier defense. I don't even know. Like that was they were getting blessed by the crossbar, they were getting blessed by shank shots. Their players were just doing everything, and the GK was holding it down, dude. Holding it down. So but I was happy to see South Africa take the win over South Korea. That was important for them. I like the fun fact of that every incumbent team whose first World Cup that this is, they have all scored a goal. That was really cool to see.
Pretty cool to see. Always fun to see teams making their like first elimination rounds as well. A couple of nations picking that up. I always also love enjoying. I feel like FIFA time of year, you get to see all of the watch parties going on in the big series, and you really do get to be reminded of just how diverse our wonderful country is, because you see, I mean, watch parties for literally every nation, it feels like, out in the different
Yes.
parks and stuff, especially in your bigger cities. I know there was a pretty big one I had seen a creator friend of mine for one of the Egypt games, and when Egypt picked up their first win,
Dude.
all of the
Dude.
celebration was pretty cool. So
Yeah, I have an Egyptian friend as well. He lives in Cairo. He was going crazy for those Mo Salah goals. He was going absolutely insane every time he scored. So that was a good kind of moment to participate with him, and that was really fun. I was gonna heckle him the whole time if they didn't do good, but they did good, so I couldn't heckle him.
does look like we've got round 3 matchups starting to pop here. So again, keeping in mind, we will have our teams that are 2-0 squaring off against one another for a chance to get those top seeds as far as in our round of 16. Does also mean, unfortunately, Taquito, this is where we start sending some teams home as well. So we'll be trying to tune into some of those matchups
Yes.
and keep the folk updated as best we can.
We got False taking on Moirai. That is going to be a fun game to pay attention to. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, the whole top row right here, man. The whole
On
top row.
start, yeah.
The SBK versus Lockdown, Kin versus Eclipse, Hidden Cipher, RSK, Ghostline, Force Fed. Like, I mean, dude, those are some matchups right there.
And then also even down below that, you had mentioned Narcan, a team to keep an eye on. They will be squaring off against Kaiju in, I guess, would that be the start of the 1-1 bracket, right? Because we just saw
Yes, that is
Kaiju
the start
fall
of
in
the
that
1-1
last one.
bracket.
So yeah, it's a 1-1 bracket. Imagine if Narcan ends up falling down to the 1-2 side of our bracket at this point. Would be kind of insane.
Yeah, that would be really interesting for the street. Norman said no other red zones. We are watching one game only. Looks like Pelmav is going to take over that. That's good to see. Hang on. We got the GOAT observer Tibbles in here. Okay, Tibbles has Moirai and False. So that's going to be important. We're doing okay. We got a little update there. What was that, Blay? Okay, so we are. Oh, that's kind of fun. Q, you like that?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, Norman, with the in chat update, we got. They've had such a back and forth recently. That specific matchup, we like to see that. Amy's Army versus low XP. That is probably going to be a fun one as well. Yeah, actually, that's going to be a real fun match. Insight, Pretty, Ty. Yeah. Keo. Ooh, Karma. Man. Yeah, no, we're going to have to get a look at that one. Let me get the POV from the GK. Let me get the GK POV locked in over here. Hold on.
Or that point here right now, probably most of our games are starting to load in. I know I'm seeing as far as our other observer feed for the Moirai False matchup, we've got one team in waiting for the other. Yeah, I was saying that Narcan versus Kaiju should be a banger. I feel like there's a lot. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of good matchups. This is part of the reason I love Swiss, because you have obviously your top dogs squaring off against one another right now, but also in that mid 1-1 bracket, you'll generally have a couple of matches like that Narcan Kaiju one where it's like realistically could have seen this as a 2-0 bracket matchup, now stuck as a 1-1. One of these teams unfortunately still has to lose here, which means they're going to have one foot out the door heading into round number 4. So
it's so funny. Kistiff again locking in that lockdown, and SPK is the best matchup so far. Love to see it. He was right the first time. So I've got a bunch of ads everywhere. This is crazy.
I mean, this is why Twitch Turbo for the esports enjoyers out there.
Brother, no, I don't watch Twitch enough.
For your boy, I'm telling you, when I'm watching like ALGS and I'm trying to watch like multiple POVs, it saves me for sure.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, I know, but you're locking in on, you lock in hard on that, so I can't even. Yeah. I can't even be mad. I just watch the mainstream on everything. Like if I want to watch Counter-Strike, yeah, I'm just gonna watch Blast or ESL or whatever. Well, no, it's not ESL anymore. It's Blast. I think ESL does what is it? IEM. I think they do that stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of the major, this past weekend was pretty lit, man. CS always reminds you of like what esports can be. You know what I mean? The live feel of a CS LAN is at the highest level, just unmatched.
Well, yeah, but they were at Cologne. They were at the cathedral, dog. Like they were at the place to be for Counter-Strike. So yeah, and it was a grand finals of all time. I guess
unfortunate that I had to choose between either that or Valorant going on the same day, man. We got to start talking to we got to start having our organizers talk so I can just have great weekend after weekend, because this weekend there ain't like really anything going on, like as far as like major wise.
True. Yeah, I got Draco stream pulled up because I'm definitely interested. I'm interested in this SPK match, man. This is gonna be crazy. Juice Yamal and Leroy on the same team.
SBK, so you're talking about SBKFC versus Lockdown and Orion, right?
Yeah, Lockdown Orion. Yeah, this is. I mean, I think Pell is gonna get this stream for sure. But just picked up a pro Val team. Oh, pretty cool. That's interesting. Kid out here making
tier 2
moves.
That's interesting, especially with the format that Valorant is going to be moving to as far as for the next season. So,
What makes it so interesting?
it's just more open
Oh.
as far as especially for teams, like because their premiere didn't really kick off the way that they were hoping to. So now they'll have still some partnered teams, but you have the availability for like open teams to be able to move in and essentially move into like the pro league quicker as long as they can perform, which is nice.
That is true. I saw that at this major, speaking of like, Valorant, Counter-Strike, a couple of stage 2 teams made it up in the playoffs. So that was pretty good. It's good to see that ability. You know what I'm saying? But we got a goal early on here. Juice Jamal instead of Leroy is the first person to score here for SPK. That is not the player that I thought I would score, but that's what happens when you get your ankles broken, brother.
He takes those, and he'll be able to bury it in the back of the net. We'll have to see if Lockdown can find themselves a response. Of course, we always talk about with early goals means plenty of time for those responses. Lockdown not going to be able to find it here, and cherry picking down the other side, an opportunity. That one saved by the keeper.
Like going into this, I mean, kind of what you know about these teams so far, kind of the names you've seen. What is your opinion? Because you're a little less opinionated than I am when it comes to who should be winning this match. But who do you think is going to take this W?
I feel like I look at it, it's one that I expect to be a 3-game banger. As much as I feel like a lot of people would probably say SPK the favorite, there's something to me when you look at the roster on the Lockdown Orion side. I feel like for me would be leaning slightly towards them, but again, with as close as this matchup is, I feel like you play it out 50 times, one team's only going to win it 27, 28 times. Like, this is a real back and forth sort of matchup.
Yeah, that's for me, it's the same way. Like, with how back and forth as these teams have been, it's really hard to say whether or not they have the upper hand. Here's an interesting update for you as well, because I have Skyline's stream pulled up on the side. RSK's up 2-0 right now over Hidden Cypher.
Really?
Yep, I swear. Like, would I lie to you, Q? Do you not believe me? Do you not trust me?
Fair. I also see Moirai up early in their series over False as well, as we do have that alternate angle or alternate POV up in our Discord here currently. So
that is true. Yeah, what do we got down here? What's Tibbles rocking with? Oh, Tibbles does have a fun game. You are right.
Ryan False going on right now. I feel like we'll definitely want to keep an eye on that one, but it is going to now be a third goal in the game on our screens now as we speak, and it's, well, defense turned quickly into offense by SPK as they'll be able to take the lead as, well, they'll be up here now 2-1.
So again, this is my take right now. Like, obviously all of our 2-0 matches should be close. They should be close. The 3-0 that Lockdown is suffering from right now is not the definition of close I was looking for.
The Lockdown on screen right now is tied 2-2.
There it is.
I'd say we've been going back and forth between these two for sure. I think if there's any I guess sort of criticism is it definitely feels like both defenses could turn up just a little bit more, but I know you did mention before, I think currently in the meta it does feel like the strikers do have a bit of the advantage though.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. I'm trying to tap into everything right now. I'm trying to be the eyes in the sky for you while you're locked in on the main stream. we have a 1-goal game going on both sides. Skyline, it looks like Hidden Cipher did take a goal, and the other one there with False and Moirai, they still only a 1-goal game. So this is our 2-0 teams are duking it out, man.
These teams realize it's not just about being able to punch your ticket into that playoffs, into that top 16. When you get through into the top round 1, you get the top seed. But 2, momentum can be dangerous. Just as much as we talked how there's a few teams who are in that 1-1 side of the bracket currently, you end up going against them. They come in on the back of a win. You're coming in off the back of a loss. Now, all of a sudden, you're playing in round 5. Not only are you playing for your life, but now you yourself went from potentially being a top seed in the bracket on Sunday to now, unfortunately, potentially playing against one of those top seeds in round number 1 early on Sunday. So it's important for teams when you get the chance to be able to get across the qualifying line, you do so. Both teams surely on our matchups on our screen right now, especially in this lockdown SBK, but all of our 2-0s feeling that.
Oh, for sure. And again, you talked about being that like 1-1 team that barely skates through in Swiss and has to face a top seed. I mean, that's Kaiju's position right now. Kaiju and Narcan are 2-0 versus 1-1. So like Kaiju just comes off of a hot 3-game set and immediately has to go into a 2-0 team, and it's Narcan of all teams. You know what I mean?
It's pretty tough. That is true. Fortunate draw. I guess that's just because of our the team numbers. It's the 1 versus 2. I guess that's considered what, like highest 1-1 versus lowest 2-0, right? Is that the dealio there?
I maybe, and that's kind of weird considering. I don't think I think Narcan has 2 sweeps back to back, so that's really strange. Maybe you are right. Maybe it's just ranking. Maybe it's just literally just ranking at that point.
20 seconds left as far as in game number 1 here with Lockdown and SBK. Definitely silver gold territory, but it feels like this one going to be bound for overtime. Of course, as I do say that, it will be Lockdown. One last possession, closing seconds. Pass towards the top of the box. Not quite going to find its mark. And, oh, there it is. Overtime we go.
What do you, I mean, like in this scenario, I was just about to say, in this scenario, who is it that you would want to win? And we got our answer.
Almost anticlimactic fashion too, right? Like it's not the fanciest of plays. It's a deep pass into the box, a simple header over the keeper's hands. And that does mean, as far as game number 1, going to go in favor of SPK. And keep in mind, this has been a matchup that we've tuned into that has really been back and forth. I think we tuned into it being tied up, and then Lockdown was able to, or sorry, SPK quickly went up 2-1. But I mean, this was one that we feel like has gone back and forth. This is one that we could definitely see going into a game 3.
Oh yeah, no, this is the one I would expect 100%. It also looks like I do believe RSK took game 1. I'm almost certain.
Over Hidden Cipher.
Over Hidden Cipher.
Interesting. Well, that would be, I mean, really being able to wield that momentum off of the back end of that big game number 3 wouldn't surprise me. They've pretty well jumped right into their 3rd series here, so that would be a big dub to start off that series. And I mean, potentially looking to make light work of their day through 3-0 would be huge.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if he'll nod. Oh no, okay. So this is one we're gonna have to focus in on. So apologies on that. Looks like RSK did not win. They lost to Hidden Cipher. I was wrong on that. But Q, we got to lock in on this one pretty hard, brother. What are we thinking, man? Game 1 or game 2 of this series, do you know the winner of game 1?
I do not. I think it was Moirai who was up last. We had tuned into it, but I'm hearing in our ears false. may have ended up taking it. However, out of the gates, it will be Moirai who will strike first. It's good ball possession and good ball management down here. It's a good movement, right? I mean, deep pass down to one side of the box, clear to the other side, keeps the defense off guard, and that's going to allow for them to put themselves in the driver's seat.
Man, this is, again, too, it's going to be huge for False to make a statement this game, because you kind of look at it and it should be Moirai winning. Given his history and ranking, it should be probably Moirai taking the W in the series overall. Good possession right now. Trying to dance around the defense. Fate, dude, this is another reason what like makes me appreciate Fate as like a kind of a front forward player. Fate and Kistiff both are players who definitely activate on defense as well as offense. They do like to play like the intimidator and the interrupter.
Moirai find that first goal. An entry pass was looking for Fate. Couldn't quite find its mark. You keep the possession, however. They'll pull it back and we'll bring it all the way towards their back line. An entry into the box itself. I thought Fate was going to have a line on up. Drawn up for Fate one more time, but the keeper going to be able to get their hands onto this one. Now it's going to be False who's going to look to try and set up some form of offense.
Yeah, no, this is... Oh, it's a good pass up, and it's a wide shot. Oh, that is going to be detrimental. They're going to want that one back. Plenty of time, though. Doesn't matter. Moirai taking the first goal here in game 2 is good. Like we said, we obviously have the games locked in at the bottom, so False did begin the series with a win. Pass forward, header away is good defense. Locking in right now as we approach the half.
Go ball game. Defense going to try and catch up, but not going to be enough. False looking for a clear, or not clear, sorry, a cross. Does find its mark. Not going to be much really hesitation on the defense. They're going to basically clutter right into the box itself. They weren't worried about pressing that player just outside the 18-yard box. And now it's going to be Moirai who has the possession, looking for a deep pass towards their wing, but back and forth as the pendulum swings.
I mean, False maybe don't necessarily need a goal this exact moment, but some really good possession on offense could see them at least in a better position than what they've been in. I feel like from what the result of game 1 shows us, it maybe they do need a little bit more pep in their step, but defense as well on the side of Moirai looks good. The header baits, and it's a floater on in. Realist tying up the game.
Well, you're saying they didn't need one. Doesn't mean they won't eventually find one. They bring it out towards the midfield line first, and it's just the header. It's the raindrop, drop top. I don't know. Something about the flip-flop. Finds the net regardless here.
Flip-flop, oh my God.
2:05 left. We'll see if Moirai can find an answer.
This is... Yeah, no, they're gonna want that back too. Again, tied ball game here is not the best position you want to be in. If you're Moirai, you would like to have the lead. They're gonna look for one. That's a good pass forward, and Specs is gonna step up and knock this one through. As I speak, they do it. They literally score for me. I spoke it into existence.
And in a similar fashion, right? It's a pass to the far side of the box, and a simple strike drills it towards the near side post. And just as quick as False was able to equalize, False now going to have to look to respond one more time. Be on this left side, deep towards the box, across onto the inside, sent back towards the midfield line, but still in possession here of False. They've got time as they'll look to try and set something up. It's a pass to the middle of the infield, but instead Moirai picks the pocket face, has all the space, but will be denied.
It was a really good breakaway opportunity for Fate. 1v1 as well against somebody like Trico. I'm not going to say he normally wins those, but that's a better position for Fate to be in. And unfortunately, he was unable to capitalize on that moment. Gives False a chance. Good cross across the pitch. Antic's going to pick this one, or Vantic, excuse me, going to pick this one up. Cross into the box. Realist isn't able to get through the traffic. Back to the goalkeeper. Mav will try to quarterback a push forward, maybe for a third goal here for Moirai.
Third goal here would feel like it just about seals the deal. Like, while you can score 2 within a minute, again, keeping in mind when you do score in rematch, you give that possession over to the opposition. So right now going to be important to try and find that dagger here. Not quite going to be the case. Moirai back in possession, and they'll quickly go back on the attack. It's a center towards Fate. Fate back on over. It's not the butterfly. That's old. Let me see that give and go. Specs will allow for them to go up by 2.
And that's, like you said, you don't need 3 to really secure a win here, but man, will it look good. The defensive deflect is not into a space where they wanted it to be. Open net opportunity. Fate is not going to miss that. They will, they absolutely will take the victory here in game 2.
Big one here for Moirai. I mentioned, I had said earlier, I thought Moirai was up in game number 1, did end up falling and dropping game number 1 to false. And while this will be a goal that turns it into a 1-goal game, really kind of cosmetic, right? You feel like with 11 seconds left, Moirai should be able to just bring this back and burn time. And that's exactly what they're going to look to do. They're going to pull this all the way back. Keeper going to be able to secure. Final couple of seconds. And yeah, there it is. It's official. We're off to game 3.
At that point, you really kind of unfortunately let the keeper hold on to it, and you're going to have to secure best possession you can. If you steal it, cool. If you don't, well, that's what happens. So we will go into game 3. Unfortunately, I do believe RSK just got swept by Hidden Cypher. Game 1 was a little close. Game 2, not so much. So unfortunately for RSK, they also find themselves dropping down to the 2-1 side. I don't see any other update. Wait, I lied. Force Fed take game number 1 over Ghostline. Nothing recorded here for Amy's Army or Low XP. And nothing else recorded here for Kaiju or Narcan, though they are pretty deep in the series. We do have some updates. Ballistic did win over Inner Taquitos, 1-up over Vanta. I believe that drops Vanta, yes, to 1-2. Ooh, you hate to see it.
Tough. 1 foot out. Of course, they do still have 2 more rounds to pick up 2 more dubs. They could find a way to win in round number 4. They would have that momentum going into that decider in round number 5, which would most certainly be huge for them. We do go ahead and dig right back into this Moirai and False series, however. Game number 3, and, well, it felt like Moirai had a lot of the momentum in that last game, and it also felt like they had a lot of the control of the pace. False had maybe 2 or 3 longer possessions, but it felt like for the most part, when Falls got the ball deep into the Moirai territory, they were able to do exactly what we just saw. They poke it away, and then all of a sudden they go the opposite way. This time, though, Fate not going to be able to maintain the possession. It will be False who will now look to set up some semblance of offense.
Yeah, and again, this being the game that goes over to the top of the round 3, man. Like, this is the number 1, like, this is the highlight match. Oh my. Oh, that hurts. I don't have anything else to say, but that one just hurts.
Tough one. Wide open field to pass across. I mean, as the goalie, when you step up, you mentioned right now, goalies trying to play a little bit more aggressive. You have to take a stab at it, but gotta be quicker than that. Moirai gonna be the first onto the board, poking it away again, quickly looking to turn defense into offense. The pass up to Fate. Fate was looking for the self alley-oop, the pass off of the backboard, but the goalkeeper going to be able to secure this one. Now going to go the opposite way. Here is False, the deep entry pass. It just can't quite find its mark.
Another little update here. SPK Lockdown game 3, and Lockdown did take the first goal. So that one's also heating up as we get through this one with, of course, Team Moirai taking first goal in game number 3. So what do you feel we need to see from False right now? What kind of like step up on offense do we need to see? Do we need to see a little bit more possession? Maybe some better shot taking? Oh, that was a good off the wall pass. Fate back wall catches the rebound and is able to put it through on the side with a little pass kick.
Was able to freeze them on the back line, kept them on their heels, and it was mano-y-mano. and was too late for the goalkeeper to be able to step out, which means Fate had all the time, and you let them in that sort of danger zone, they're going to cook each and every time. I think as far as referring back to your question about falls, I think it definitely starts with possession. One, it keeps the possession away from Moirai, but I feel like a lot of these passes for falls, if you could cut down the longer passes, find a shortened first pass, get the ball moving, maybe catch that back line of Moirai off guard, find those openings, and then find that second pass before you find the shot. Maybe exactly what what the doctor ordered. I feel like that's what we saw earlier working for false, or at least what I had seen off stream. Unfortunately, though, seeing a couple of players falling off here on the server. Not exactly sure what that's all about. But pass up to Fate. Fate has some space. Fate just inside the box has their pockets picked.
This is tough too, because I mean, again, I'm looking around trying to just kind of get these updates as you're commentating, and we got two teams that are trading DQs back and forth. We've got some wins and losses here and there. Nothing really on page 2 to kind of write home about. Looks like we finished some lower matches: Yart Munchers and Orion, Pulgas, and everybody else kind of, I guess, going through game 3. A lot of game 3s this time around, but I think that's what you expect from round 3. Realist puts the first goal on the board for false, and that's exactly what they need rolling into the final 2 minutes.
A goal from false to be able to get some momentum going. There's still a couple of minutes left in this game number 3. What a shot there, too. Had the space and was able to punish. But now with 2:20 left, it will be Moirai who will start with the possession. And for them, we say play keep away. That's not really a thing that you can do, but you can at least have some prolonged possessions. Make an extra pass or two before eventually sending that shot towards the net. That shot there for Moirai will be denied. And now here's False going the opposite way, looking for an entry pass. Header gets picked right up off of their head. And now it's Moirai who was, well, I thought going the opposite way, quickly going to get shut down.
Yeah, for sure. But keeping it in the mid and getting it into kind of an attacking position is good. It's going to be one all the way up to Specs. There's a good pass by Thug. Defended well through traffic. Couple of 1-2 off the back wall, and Fate could not get back to it. Shout out Trico for putting hands on that one.
In 25 seconds here now. Ball's still down by 1, but the good news is one shot is all it takes. You got to make sure, most importantly, that you're on your P's and Q's down on this defensive side. We've seen Moirai does a great job of getting the ball moving. That shot there going to be denied. To try and flip the pitch quick. They'll be able to maintain the possession. It's going to be an entry pass to the wing. Looking to bring things up. We're officially into our final minute here, Taquito.
Oh, it's a good pass. Realist a little over the head. That's a big block from Specs, actually, I think, even though we saw Mav jump up as well. Good pass out, at least away from danger at this time. A little tiki-taka between Thug and Specs starts. Fate gets denied by TB. That one's really good. Going to be pushing the other direction on the wing now. Cassis has an opportunity. It's deflected well. Realist to pick it up. Back to TB, and they're going to play this one back. Trico is... this is dangerous. Very dangerous. Does get away from Fate for the time being, but that was a risky play from False.
I mean, understandably, you want to try and boost up the rate of play. You're down by 1. There's only 20 seconds. You had one more look at it. Moirai's keeper going to be able to secure it. Sends it up to Specs. Specs back to the keeper. Final couple of seconds, just burning the clock. Space is found. One last shot. With that, it's over. Moirai.
All right, Mav.
The reverse sweep. And remember, for them, it was big games, big plays towards the end of game number 2 to force this game number 3. And for Moirai, they will advance through in 3 straight series.
Hey, hang on. Let's switch over to Draco's stream right now. We got OT game 3 lockdown SBK. Let's see if we can get that stream up.
Lockdown SBK overtime. Here we go. One of these two teams here as well looking to push themselves into that playoff bracket in 3 straight series. Who do you think is going to be Taquito?
I just don't know, man. I don't know. They've been so back and forth. This one's really hard to call, man, especially game 3 overtime. This was, you know, one of the highlight matches, of course, alongside of Moirai and False. But I mean, Ken got a clean sweep over Eclipse. Hidden Cypher got their clean sweep over RSK. Force Fed got a clean sweep over Ghostline 0. Low XP clean sweep. I mean, I'm assuming clean sweep for Narcan. They're still playing. Could be game 3. Who knows? But this one, dude, roll the dice. Evens and odds. Take your pick.
Now with the possession for now, that's a deep back, or not a deep back pass. That's a deep pass. It's a cross. Space had cross in. Morty was looking for the lower corner, but it's just wide. Oh, but a big pickup. Like Draco. That's ice in the veins, as it will be Lockdown, who will be, Lockdown will be picking up a big Dubsky.
Not like that, dude. Not like that. Oh, no. The pass kick, the absolute fake out, the rush towards the net, and man, oh man. All right, Minwoo. Calm down. Calm down, buddy. That is so crazy. Again, it's one of those moments, like you said, ice in the veins. You have to know that, like, you have the opportunity, you have the upper hand against your keeper or your opposing keeper. And in that moment, the keeper's gonna have to dive. The keeper's gonna have to, like, be aggressive. And as a good striker, you know that you can pull or kite the keeper towards you to give yourself a better opportunity.
That you do. And I mean, if we just saw there as far as big play from Lockdown to be able to pull things off. Remember, for SPK, it's not over. They were in the 2-0 side of the bracket. They just move into the 2-1. They're still just one series away, but they're kind of that perfect example of what we were talking about just a couple of minutes ago. Right now, you're going down to the 2-1 side of the bracket, and the team that you're going to be playing against in the 2-1 side of the bracket is going to be coming into that matchup off of the back of a series win. So you have to find a way, especially in game number 1, to kind of put that last series behind you. Think, hey, you know what? Let's turn things around and get across the finish line here.
Yeah, you absolutely want to do that. Hey, here's an update for you. It was game 3. Narcan take game 3 over Kaiju. Back and forth, trading W's. So game 3 as well, all on black versus Tekio or Tekiu. I don't know. There's a accent over that O. Don't want to say it wrong. But yeah, I mean, a lot of game 3s in this round 3. That's kind of what I'm really paying attention to. Lots of game 3s.
I see a question as far as how do the brackets converge. I'm guessing you're asking as far as how do the matchups get picked through Swiss?
Or maybe how it breaks down. So Bellion, if you're unsure of how Swiss works, it's essentially the easiest way to understand it is you win 3, you're completely out. If you win 3 in a row, you automatically make it into the top side of what will be a 16-team bracket. It's kind of known as like a hybrid style where we go Swiss into potentially double elim. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's double elim, but you want to win 3, you go through. If you lose 3, you are done. So 3-0, go in. 0-3, better luck next time.
And generally speaking, like when we get into the Swisses, like you're going to be going into again. So the teams that are going down from the 2-0 side of the bracket down to 2-1, those teams will be the teams that just lost will be playing against teams that won from the 1-1 side of the bracket that are now going up to the 2-1 side of the bracket.
Yeah, there's a whole once you lose one game, things start to get kind of confusing. But basically, you want to win 3 in a row so you can continue forward. And okay, thank you, Leroy, for telling me that it is single elim top 16. I was gonna say if it is double elim, it's gonna be a long night.
So I do believe as far as all of the POVs that we currently have for round of 3 action is wrapped up. We're just waiting for the last couple of results of round number 3 before heading into round 4 of Swiss. So how about this, chat? We're going to take ourselves a quick little break, grab yourselves a quick little schnickety snack. Make sure you're also grabbing yourselves a drink. Make sure you're staying hydrated out there. We'll be back with more of our qualifier number 1 for the RME Nations Cup right after this. Nations Circuit right after this.
every single time that video comes on, Q, I love that. Hey, look, I'm invisible. I'm invisible, brother. I'm not here. There I am. Just kidding. Just kidding. It was a magic trick. It was a magic trick. Yeah, you thought I was gone. You thought I was only here in spirit. I unfortunately, you can't get rid of me, guys. You can't get rid of me. But yes, every time that video comes on, man, it is so cool. And they absolutely updated it with the new logo and everything else. What a dope intro video to see. We are here for round number 4. And man, we saw some teams leave. I think maybe not. That's how it should work, right?
From my understanding, we got teams that are out of here. We also have a couple of teams that are still in the hunt. We got 7 teams who have already secured their spot through Swiss. Oh, no. I think they got the bottom teams playing because we still have to keep points.
Okay, so it does matter. So you do have to just play out all 5 rounds. Okay, so it's a point system. It's not an actual win system. That's what we get for coming from Rocket League, man. We got so used to 3 wins, you're out, or 3 wins, you're out on the top side, 3 losses. Well, better luck next time.
So we are still going to be playing out 5 rounds because, we got to play for points here through everything. Got to play out all 5 rounds. But it is going to be worth it, and it is worth noting as far as moving forward. There are quite a few teams who have, I don't want to say guaranteed the top 16, but pretty well, right? Like if you're through 3-0 at this point, you can pretty well say that you're in playoffs, but you still have to try and see if you can play for your actual positioning itself. The good news is that does mean we get to have matchups like Lockdown versus Narcan in round number 4, which should be a banger.
Oh, dude, we got Lockdown versus Narcan. Low XP, who has just been running through the bracket as well, 3-0. I mean, we got Hidden Cypher versus Kin, False versus Force Fed. Dude, we've got some matchups here.
Got a bunch. I just hope we can win a game. Yeah. Play. Sorry. But yeah, we've got a bunch of bangers here. Really throughout our bracket, but especially up in the top side of those 3-0s. But I think even when you look down a little bit further, I feel like Ballistic and Alter Ego should be a good one to be able to potentially try and see if we can tune into. Polgas versus Kaiju, I feel like down there. I think that should be like
that was dirty, Draco.
Should also be pretty solid. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm watching the wonderful Pell map, or not the Pell map, but the Tibble stream on the side. Okay, hang on. There we go. Let's get this fixed out properly so I can actually have my headset charging. I don't know.
Yeah, Hidden Cypher versus Kin. I mean,
Draco just absolutely dirty goal there, opening for Lockdown in game 1.
Lockdown getting things started, it sounds like. We'll try again. We're going to try and get back to more of our traditional red zone coverage here for round number 4. I know we kind of got to sit in on a good series and do quite a bit of casting there within round number 3. And again, do want to remind everyone, I know we've got some competitors that are not only watching our stream live, we'll be definitely watching back the VOD. We've got a couple more qualifiers. We want to watch your teams live. Help us out, man. Pop a stream, whether it's having a spectator or even if it's just one of the players. Can I say if it's just one of the players, give me some goalkeeper POVs. I love being able to see the entire field from there. But beggars can't be choosers, man. Feel free to just pop your stream live. We'll try and give you some shine on stream at some point.
Absolutely, dude. And look at this, 1UP versus Ghostline 0. We have not seen 1UP yet. So this is nice. A team that we haven't had a chance to put up on the stream. We finally get him a chance to get on here. We saw Ghostline 0 there for a little bit. What was that, round 2, right? Is when we saw him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, Ghostline 0, I believe these guys are, yes, these are the both 2-1 teams. And Ghostline 0 is trying to make a statement of game number 1.
I mean, game number 1, the place you want to try and turn up, see if you can put your opposition on the back foot. 2 goals in the opening minute. Definitely a way to do that. Yeah, over on the other side of the pitch here, if you are 1UP, got to find some way to get some offense cooking, because if ZL0 finds themselves another, that will be match point based off of that Mercy rule. It will be a pass in towards Fate. Doesn't quite find its mark, however, and it does mean possession turned over to 1-up.
So what's something here? Like, give me a mentality. Like, if you could put yourself in the mentality of a player, you're 2-1. You have a very good opportunity to really kind of solidify yourself on near the upper side of the bracket. Yes, you're going to be playing a much tougher opponent, but what is your goal here? Do you want to be that 3-1 team, especially kind of like knowing the results your opponent may have going into this round?
Are you asking me if I'd prefer to be 2-2 instead of 3-1? Of course not. No,
What is your mentality, bro? Like, going into this, like, what are you focusing on, bro? Are you trying to just, like you said, you win, or are you trying to like play the best you can, goal by goal? Like, talk to me.
No,
dude.
yeah, I think going into a where you're 2-1, you're already pretty well through towards it feels like the playoff bracket. I think right now is just cleaning things up that you have seen as your weak points through your first 3 series. Again, there's obviously a reason you dropped 1 series, and more than likely you in the other other series that you won, you probably had a thing or two that you feel like was a good learning point that you could pick up on. So I think the big thing here, even if you don't necessarily win this series, because again, you should be facing a similarly as tough opponent, just cleaning up those very much needed points. That way, if you drop series 4,
Nice.
ranked up and ready to go for round number 5, which should be what qualifies you for top 6.
Right, now we got, what is this, a pool dash stream? We got the pool dash stream getting pulled up here. We also have,
Frank coming out.
oh my lord, we got Isagi's.
That's just 6, ironically.
Oh no, we can't put Isagi on the mainstream, dude.
Six.
We're about to inflate the biggest ego in North American rematch. What are we doing? Bleh, what decision is this?
Left.
Yeah.
Hidden Cipher and
His
Kin, is that
name
right?
is the Neo-Egoist, bro. His name is the Neo-Egoist, dude.
No way.
They're all up.
But he's you're asking what team is he on? He's on
Oh my goodness.
he should be on Hidden Cipher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Hidden Cipher versus
Ken.
Kin. All right.
Also, just a little update as well. Give you a shout out, Tibbles, rocking in this other stream for us. We got a tie game over there on Lockdown versus Narcan right now.
In mind, these are 2 matchups that are facing up our 3-0 teams, which is also interesting with the Swiss still playing out to round 5, still having those top dogs battling out against one another, because eventually someone's going to have to be through 5 rounds. That should leave us with 2, maybe 3 undefeated teams through the day. So kind of allows you to really separate the best from the rest, so to speak, throughout these qualifiers.
No, yeah, absolutely. This is, again, like these matches that we have on the top side, which is, I think, hold like a lot of weight for our best teams, quote unquote, moving into the bracket. It is very hard to kind of give you the idea of who's going to win at the end of the day. But oh yeah, sorry. My bad if you heard my keyboard. I apologize. Also, I don't know if that's mine or if it's Isagi's that is coming through the stream, because both of he's a keyboard and mouse player, but it's probably mine. I apologize.
Definitely don't hear yours, so I think we are at least on my side. So
Oh, that is probably Isagi's. Yeah, bro's clicking and clacking away.
the clickety clackety mechanical keyboard, so I have to have the instant input. And
Hey,
I mean,
listen, dude, it's a sound thing too. The clickety clackies are very satisfying.
That is fair. That is fair. We're halfway through here, though. Game number 1 in Hidden Cipher, still up by 1. I mean, I feel like right now we've seen some very long possessions from Hidden Cipher, which has me, from Hidden Cipher, which has me feeling pretty good as far as what their offense bringing to the table. That was a longer possession from Kin. I just had that completely backwards. I was going to say I was liking what Hidden Cipher was bringing to the table. Kin threatening and was banging on the doorstep, couldn't find one across. It's tough.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, obviously, Ken, I don't think that they are favored in this specific matchup. I do think Hidden Cipher probably will end up taking the win. I think it should be pretty close at the end of the day, or at least I hope it's much closer. But one of my favorite things, you talk about being related to football. Isagi really is just a true striker. Look at him just standing there waiting for the pass.
Some call it cherry picking. Other people just call it playing striker for sure. And
he's cherry picking, bro. He's cherry picking. Let's not sugarcoat it.
some gotta do the not so fun work, and I mean, especially in this situation, it also kind of keeps less people away from your box, right? Like it kind of keeps those defenders not really able to insert themselves into the offensive picture, because otherwise you can run it down the other way. So as much as we knock them for making it seem like they're just standing around, they are kind of passively making sure that the two defenders are keeping their heads on a swivel in a sense.
I mean, they have to. Like, again, Isagi is unfortunately one of the premier strikers in North America. He really I don't know. Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say, I don't know if you've actually seen Blue Lock, but like that is he is fully like donned the ego. Like it is his whole personality, man.
Is that celebration the Rock the Baby celebration? Rock the Baby. And the two teammates came along, and you're talking about this series here. I do believe it was a 4-3 victory. I want to say on the side of Narcan for game number 1. And now see locking in and a very quick goal here to start off game number 2.
And this unfortunately means that we gotta lock ourselves in here on the stream. False picking up a quick goal for game number. Is it game number 2 for them? Oh no! So it is locked down. It is locked down at Narcan. Okay, so Narcan pick up that goal 1 pretty quickly in game 2. All right, I was making sure. Bled going to work, bro.
Big shout out to our production in the back. Obviously, with us changing games back and forth a lot means we got to change things on the overlay. So big shout out to the man behind the scenes, the true unsung hero. But yeah, it was Narcan who took game number 1 4-3. They're already up here by 1 in game number 2. We've seen both of these teams. I know you had mentioned was watching on the side monitor, as was I. It feels like both teams have had a pretty good job of establishing prolonged looks. I do got to say I've liked a little bit more of what Narcan's been doing on the defensive side.
That is a big thing that I will say was the scary thing about Overdose before the inevitable split was on both sides of the pitch. They're a really good team. And so slotting in the piece with Zilu, and I guess Mystics is actually playing this game. Okay, Morty, never mind. Let's stop talking about Narcan. Let's talk about the fact that Lockdown is going to tie this game up. Shout out Morty.
It's the double alley. First pass into the board, or first pass in the box. Second one off the board. Header into the back of the net. About 90 seconds into game number 2. Lockdown Orion able to tie things on up for Narcan here. Really like to wrap up this series quick, fast, in a hurry. Last thing you want to do is give a team like Lockdown Orion the momentum heading into a third and decider game. Nice job settling it down. Open space, fires a shot on target, but the keeper will be able to secure that in an eye.
Yeah, no, Kali is definitely locked down on the back line. So this is it's something that you're as lockdown needs to be. Like they have to be real heads up on their defense against the offense of Narcan. And again, I guess Grau, this was mentioned from Kistef earlier, Grau isn't playing, so Mystics or Mo is stepped up to be up there as the cam, I believe, while Zilu is the CDM. So it's interesting to see this kind of formation of this team. Obviously, Grau and Kistef are like, that's the duo. But right now, Lockdown, Draco puts the second one in. This is looking good here for Lockdown Orion.
Back-to-back goals here. They seem to be building up ahead of steam. This one here, yo, defender, where are you going, big dong? That's going to allow a wide open shot from the top of the key. And now it is Narcan. We'll be looking for a little bit of a jump start here as we get ready to enter into our second half of game number 2. Looking for an entry pass into the wing, not quite going to find its mark. It's a little bit of a dirty play here, but still put together by Narcan to be able to maintain the possession, pass into the box, but the lockdown defense continues to hold the line.
And Zilu pushed up here. It's a good idea. Mystics pulling on. Oh, let's say Mystics looking for that pass to Kistiff. Good block as well. YF, another CDM. Or maybe YF is CB. I'm not entirely sure for lockdown. Somebody may have to correct me on that. A 1-2-3 up to Draco. Can't find the mark. That one will be sent away. We will. Oh, never mind. We will hand possession over for free over to Morty. Draco looking for the penalty dot. The pass there. The tiki-taka shot is good. Close post. Morty taking third.
Give and go works once more. It's an easy one to get to here, and understandably so. It's the entry pass for Morty, and it baits everybody on in. One defender jumps. The one that doesn't's on the far side, which means they have no chance to enter into the play. That means the goalie has to be defend the entirety of the net. And I don't know how much y'all know about the physics of football. It's a big old net, small little ball, lots of options as the attacking player here. Nice job by Lockdown Orion to be able to take the possession. Now looking on the breakaway the opposite way. Entry pass to Draco, back on forward, and it's a self alley-oop from JJ, and Lockdown Orion up 4-1.
Yeah, no, this is tough. I mean, the snowball effect. You know how it goes. It is 2 minutes left, and I'm not gonna say Narcan don't have a chance to actually put another goal in, but this is now a mountain to climb. It was a hill, but they've got a lot to push here. Might have to call him Sisyphus after this one.
Now, if you're Narcan, you just hope to try and get some semblance of offense going together in this final 100 seconds. That shot, not going to find its mark. Lockdown Orion had done a great job of really stuffing the box. Be able to take the possession, and now they'll take their time slowly walking this thing down the field. JJ, who has the possession, deep pass across the left side. Callie looking across to Morty, and at this point, just looking to play a keep away. Never mind, that's Jokesies. It is Draco, middle of the box, has it poked away.
That was tough. Draco did have a look, but it was a good stab. Keep the ball, and especially out of their own box. Zilu tries to get a better possession back going forward. Stab from Mo. Back or sidewall play here. Zilu tries again, looking for that cross into the box. Long clear up the field. Draco has to beat one. There it is, but the extra effort loses the possession. Does Lockdown give it up? Here they do. Might be an opportunity. Kistiff is looking for the diamond. Can't find it. Kali will put some gloves on it, and we might go the other way.
Careful, the defender's close. They poke it away. The defender, there's no goalie back in the box. We'll be up, though. Lockdown Orion just looking to try and play keep away for the final 25. A big clear from Narcan, and while it may be over, we had mentioned Narcan was looking for just something to try and build upon going into game number 3. That look has now been denied. Final 10 seconds, and oh, hold on a second. I was going to say should just simply count down. Luckily, though, JJ back in the box, and even that's not going to be required. They'll be able to stab right back away. That's Cookies. Shot, though, not going to find the net.
It didn't matter, man. It was last shot, 4-1. You know, the game was over. Like, let's just call it what it is. That was going to be done and dusted. So we move on to game 3. Again, another highlight match here, moving into round 4 and 5. We're really sealing out the top end of talent here so far. Who you got eyes on as number 1 and 2? What seems to be the best 2 teams that stand out to you, Q?
Ooh, stand out to me thus far. I feel like Moirai definitely has to be in the conversation. I mean, honestly, I feel like both the teams that are on your screen here definitely worthy of being in the talk too. I feel like this is one of those that um, normally we wouldn't get to see until later on into the playoffs. We get the benefit of the fact that we're playing through 5 rounds of Swiss. I mean, honestly, I think whoever wins this series should definitely get a nod in that conversation as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Also, I mean, I like what Salty has said. Salty completely stopped playing the game to watch this match. So that's how you know it's interesting. Bro put the controller down. He said, "Hey, I'm in it. I'm locked in." So, but Carter, of course, biased. You know, it might be a little biased. Now that's full bias, Carter. We know why you're supporting Lockdown and Ken. But this is really one of these matchups. I think that this kind of defines number one, maybe is what I'll say. I might say that this match defines who our number one team would be. Lockdown looking really, really good right now. I'm not saying Narcan is it, but game two, not exactly indicative of the skill of this team. I think my number two team would have to kind of, I, I guess I'd say between Hidden Cipher and Moirai. Like, maybe is who I'd have to say for that one.
Yeah, and I think whoever loses this probably rounds your top 4, right? Like as far as what we've
Easily. Yeah,
seen
easily.
on the day, I think is probably what I would say thus far. And while this still here stays knotted at zeros, just to kind of give you guys a heads up on some of our other results. Orion FC taking down Eclipse in a sweep, Ghost Line Zeros sweeping one up, and Kaizen taking down Sora in straight matchups as far as some of our top sides of our bracket here.
Some good results as well. Kissif got the possession, couldn't nail the shot. JJ sends it into space. Zilu will pick it up first. Mo has this one off the right side, looking for a pass central. Has Kissif at the penalty dot. Decides to opt to Zilu. Maybe Zilu has better vision. Back wall play. There's the wide shot. Kissif decides I'm not going to miss the second one.
I mean, once it goes off of the backboard as a goalie, you're just kind of sitting there and praying, right? I mean, it's a big old net. There's so many options. You just kind of have to hope that you guess right. You could see went for a dive straight, was hoping the near post was the call, ends up not, which just means you end up leaving more of the net open. As long as it's on target, it's going to be a goal each and every time. Narcan's done the hard part. They've put themselves into the driver's seat. Now can you maybe find yourselves a second? It starts with a defensive stop, which they'll be able to find here. Now it's a clear up to the other side of the field. There's space, but the goalie plays aggressive. It's then knocked away. Oh, diving tackle will knock that away and knock that out of the box.
That was big play from Morty right there, too. Morty definitely panicked. You could tell by the movement of his avatar there at the goal line. But big clear at least gives Lockdown an opportunity. Pass central, back wall play. There's kissed it, but the ball is grabbed by Kali. Amazing save right there in a hectic situation. Morty goes to Draco, kidding. It's over the head to JJ, and JJ unfortunately can't bury it. It's a quick call to answer here from Lockdown, but they've got to maintain that possession.
Officially halfway through game number 3. There's a chance here to fire one just inside the box, but Mystics is able to poke it away. A little shoving match just inside on the corner. A pass back to the keeper, which will allow for Narcan to reset their field. To pass up, looking for an entry pass into the middle of the defense, which allows for Lockdown Orion to poke it away. They'll now look to try and bring this thing up. They've got 2.5 minutes. You don't necessarily need to rush things here. I feel like some of these deeper passes have allowed for things to open up, and this time it's JJ who's able to deliver the dagger to tie things up.
Now listen, man, listen. That was a 3-member play, continued by Draco, finished by JJ. JJ getting really, really involved here in the box. I like to see that. That's kind of how you know Lockdown's really feeling themselves. Morty got involved this series so far as well. So it's been important. They really are putting a full team effort on the side of Lockdown Orion. The same thing absolutely can be said for Narcan as well. A lot of, like, all 10 of these players are putting in all-star effort to keep this game tied at 1s.
Definitely a series that when we looked at the bracket starting to form, we said we want to keep an eye on it, and it has most certainly delivered cinema. We're now 2/3 of our way through game number 3, and we're still tied up at 1. Neither defense looking to concede an inch. It will be Narcan who now looks to take the possession.
That was a good pass.
They'll look to try and enter into that offensive third. However, it will be Lockdown who will be able to knock it away, and now they'll get a crack at it.
No, yeah, it's been really interesting. Like you said, no defense is letting. It's got to be a really incredible play to be let through here on either side. Both defenses locking down. Draco puts it far post. As I said it, it's got to be a great play, and that's the only way these teams are gonna score.
JJ delivers a beautiful dime in between a couple of defenders. It doesn't matter. Draco, one of the best at it, and we'll give this lockdown Orion the lead with now 70 seconds left to play. Narcan will look to bring this thing on up to pass into the box. Oh, what is this? We got to watch this thing on back. It's the first initial pass towards the top of the box. It's a quick pop over the head, and it's Christie who eventually finds the goal, but it's a simple settle down, and that's a quick response from Narcan.
Oh, dude, it's Kistiff, not Christie, but I love you.
Oh, Kistiff, that's my bad.
It's all good. It's all good. That's going to be a clip for sure. I hope Kistiff comes back and sees that and just kind of pokes fun at you. But yeah, no, Kistiff, Norman, chill. Norman, chill. Just let me have the moment of calling him out on it. But man, yeah, that is like, again, that right there shows you the level of play between Draco and Kistiff. They both are incredibly gifted strikers in this game. This is gonna be a pass. Kistiff puts it down, shoots it. What is Kali doing? Could he not dive there? What happened?
Kistiff finds another one here. Not only do you find a way to tie things up, but Kistiff now finds a way to put Narcan right back into the driver's seat. And we've only got 30 seconds left to play. We did mention, of course, when you score, give that possession on over. So lock down Orion. Now we'll get another look at it and see if they can make something work here.
Oh my look. Gotta be kidding me. It's just a shootout, bro. It's just a shootout at this point. What else? Like, what else can it be? Okay, also, I see Pell saying no gloves. I wonder what happened there. I wonder why Kali did not have the gloves. I wish we could have seen that back in that moment, but man, Kistiff, on the early attack. Good header away by YF. YF has definitely been stepping up as a defensive menace here for Lockdown. So Morty to receive this one, right wing. JJ in the box. Draco at the penalty dot, moves to get a better position, but can't secure the possession. It will flip over. Zilu looking to flip the pitch with some efficiency, finds Mo right side, past central. Kistiff does get a shot right through traffic, threads the needle. That will be the series.
Kistiff has now had 3 goals in a row here for Narcan. This one settled across and finds its way into the bottom right-hand corner, and Narcan will move on, now moving up to 4-0 on the day.
Brother, like I said, I made the reference earlier, dude. Roll the dice, pick evens or odds. That's where we're at right now. You know what I mean? You get a 50-50 shot at who's actually going to really be the best team out of here. Narcan at the golden goal opportunity, quite literally sealing the deal there for that series. Incredible.
That was insane. I mean, in a series that we expected to be tough, to be able to respond in the way that Narcan did, because it looked like early on that game, Lockdown had really kind of stepped out and away. Ice in the veins, man. That was incredible.
Again, and it's one of those moments where, like I said, like you have 2 of the best strikers in North America, like on the pitch at the same time, fighting each other out, duking it out, literally for who is actually going to win this. So Hidden Cipher is still playing. Ken actually took game 1. We switched off that series. Ken took the game.
That means now here, final decider, eh? 2-2.
Maybe it's game 3. They've been going at it for almost 30 minutes.
Tied up here at 2 apiece as well. I mean, man, these later round games really have been delivering. Settles it down. Oh, a shot from just outside the box. Not quite going to find its mark. And well, now we'll see what Ken can do on this next possession.
It's ooh. Man, and we're not even in OT yet. We're at the final 60 seconds. This is going to be interesting. Obviously, I mean, they need I would say Ken needs the win, but I don't know what the series score is at. I really want to know what the series score is because Start is not putting enough information out here for us. So if this truly is game 2, Ken could do it. Ken could get a sweep.
Oh,
that save. Oh my God.
Almost gets rifled top Binskis, and that would have been a highlight reel of a shot for sure. Had it found its mark, instead it will be Ken who looks to go the opposite way. Of course, we see our striker on screen, still waiting to find a quick transition the opposite way. We'll go all the way down towards the box and potentially wait for a deep pass, and it comes his way now.
Yeah, Isagi doing his best. Cross central. No one's there. Oh, the comms. Nova dove back just a little bit. That was an opportunity for a pass, so we will enter overtime at 2-2. Dude, this is... the position you want to be in, the pressure's got to be high. And, it's off the post. Isagi. Oh!
Had the read, the keeper goes the opposite way. That side of the net technically wide open. Instead, it's off of the post. That's a heartbreaker. Hold on, dives, gets a hold of this, but won't be able to get to it. Ends up finding its way back into the goalkeeper's hands, and now it's Ken with the possession, and Solus will be able to find the dagger. And I'm guessing this is potentially game 3 with as long as it has run. Or I guess it wouldn't matter because Ken won game number 1. Ken walks away with the series.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That is crazy. I think maybe if Pell is watching and Norman as well, is that technically an upset? Is that considered an upset?
I mean, as much as you can consider like a loss to a top 8 scene. Like
you know what I mean.
Right.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm talking like purely like based on ranking. Is that considered an upset?
Yeah, I think off of ranking, I feel like it would be considered one, but I think kind of what you had talked about. I feel like we had talked about it on screen. Maybe it was in the green room, but I feel like right now with where we're at in rematch,
that is definitely an upset. Okay.
The margin for, or not the margin error for error, but that gap between like those top couple of teams and what you would consider like your A tier teams behind your S tier teams, like that gap has like narrowed significantly.
Oh yeah, for sure. We can see it here.
Yeah.
Looks like Force Fed and False might also be in game 3. Morai and Low XP is in game 3 right now. We've got some updates though. SPK take the sweep. I think you mentioned that. Orion took the sweep. You talked about that. Next up, over V-Star got a sweep. You talked about the Ghost Line series. I believe you talked about Kaizen. Ballistic with Hidden Cipher. They take their W. So in round 4, they play better than their A team. So that's good to see. Hidden Cipher take a W regardless of how you flip it. Amy's Army takes a W. Ganja still rocking W's here. 3-1 round going into round 5. Looking rough for RSK. They currently are sitting at 2-2. That one's tough. You hate to see it. Man on United go 2-2. I thought they were 1-3. I was going to say, man, did they get their first win in round 4? No, they go 2-2. Yeah, I mean, everybody else down there. Oh, hang on. Not of this earth are 2-2. Dope name. Going 2-2 right now.
It looks like most of our round 4s have just about wrapped up. And again, we do want to reiterate, this is only qualifier number 1. We'll have a couple of more of these qualifiers throughout the course of the next couple of months. So maybe if you're watching and think that you've got what it takes, jump in the Discord. I do believe we have a looking for team area up under there. If you think you got the cheddar to jump in and play with the best, but not only that, if you have been enjoying the action, you want to make sure you're back for whether it's the playoffs here on Sunday or our future qualifiers. Make sure you've tapped that follow button down below. You've got those notifications turned on because we've got plenty more nation circuit action over the course of the next several months.
Man, and with that being said, too, I mean, like as these little results, these final results trickle in and all that stuff, we got a few matches wrapping up. Looks like, yeah, everybody else is pretty much done and dusted for the night. We got 3 matches.
Low XP over Moira? Did we get that one in, Moira?
No, that just happened. That just came in.
Crazy.
Is that an upset? Is low XP over Moira an upset?
I mean, we were just talking about Moira being considered like a top 4, right?
Moira, yeah, for sure. They should be. Okay, Hidden Cipher did win a game earlier, by the way. They just didn't report it. That was game 3. Okay. Ganja Snows FC will be back. Oh, man. Ganja's bringing back season 0, dude. Love it. Okay, Moira, yeah, that's an upset. If Moira is currently the number 1 seed, 100% an upset. That's crazy. That's great. Hey, you know what, guys? Let's all take a second. Y'all go stretch. Y'all go get some water. Maybe grab an extra snack, refill on whatever you need right now, because we got to kind of take in the fact that the number 1 seed has lost their first series here in this Nations Cup Swiss. But don't go anywhere. We probably got about 5 minutes or so. Y'all keep it locked here. We'll be right back. Everybody, welcome back on in. Looks like we're locked back in for a little bit. I still don't know what the update of this series is. Okay, no, it's final. It's final. All right. Looks like what we were waiting for there was a well, we got baited, Q. Never mind, we got baited. We're back in round 4.
I've got updates on all of my round 4 scores.
I just got start GG, just put me back in round 4, man. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's still trying to figure out what we're doing with 5. But I think so. To wrap up some of the ones that I don't think we got to talk about on the screen, I don't think we got to talk about the false force fed update.
No,
false ended up taking that one. I'm trying to think of some of the ones that we didn't get to talk about on stream before the break. Next up, ended up taking their game against V-Star. And then, of course, naturally, as I'm talking about him, I get kicked over to round number 5. And then Polgas did end up taking down Kaiju. I think were some of the ones that hadn't quite come across before we went to break.
Yeah, I was going to say the Polgas Kaiju match was what I wanted to bring up as well. Like that one, it's a good win for Polgas. I like that win right there. Some of the other ones too, All Black over Apostles, Crisis over Yart Munchers, Orb Esports over You Can't Park there. And I think everybody else down there at the bottom, I'm not saying that they're not fighting for something, but I don't know if they're fighting for much right now. We're still kind of waiting out to see who's going to get the top 16. And I feel like if Start GG tells us anything, depending on how low you really are ranked, kind of really tells us you may not, unfortunately, be making it into that top side of the bracket. So we'll find out. But man, the premier match that Start GG says we should pay attention to, that's Ken NA taking on Narcan.
Yeah, I saw that one pop up right away when I got over to the round 5. That one popped. Was the first one that I definitely was looking at. I will also personally be keeping an eye on the Lockdown Orion versus False matchup. I feel like that one could be quite the banger itself. I mean, granted, this is round 5. So we will have a couple of our, especially when you look at the first couple of matchups, can't go wrong. Kid Narcan, Team Moirai versus Forfed, SPKFC versus Low XP. All should be goodies. And we got some other ones throughout the rest of the bracket as well.
Yeah, no, I'm also interested to see. I want to kind of watch Low XP. We haven't actually seen them on the stream yet. So I would definitely like to watch Low XP play. We've seen SPK, but I mean, hey, never a bad time watching those guys. But yeah, that is our top 2 4-0 matches. There's your top 4 right there, man.
Had a pretty good night so far. I feel like we've gotten, other than like you were just mentioning, other than Low XP, I feel like we have gotten to see a nice fair share of our teams sitting towards the top. And I think when you look at some of our top rated teams, it is definitely interesting to look at who has fallen to whom. Team Moirai, their one loss today was to Low XP. Lockdown Orion's one loss was to Narcan. SPKFC's one loss was to Lockdown Orion. I feel like I don't feel like there's any one like team that's like collecting names specifically, right? I feel like everyone's kind of collecting one win off a top dog. There's not really anyone that you can sit and look at that's going like, oh, they're the ones who were like chucking away here in qualifier number 1.
I think I like Divine plugging his own match, Amy's Army versus Pulgas' greatest match of all time. Gotta love that. Let's see, what's Tibbles pulling up here on the side? Okay, Tibbles is pulling up Lockdown versus False. So I like that we got that one locked in already on the side for us to pay attention to. And I mean, outside of this, I mean, yeah, I kind of do want to see the result of Amy's Army versus Pulgas. I am interested in Orion versus Hidden Cypher, though I feel like Hidden Cypher might have a bone to pick with their last round loss. Next up versus Tekio. That's a good one. Both 3-1 teams. That should be fun. Kaizen versus Ghostline Zero. Ghostline Zero played pretty good last round, so I wonder what that one's going to look like as well.
I also, when you look at the 2-2 side, now those are going to be teams who maybe, I'm trying to think, maybe a couple of those teams might sneak into the bottom side of the 16, right?
Right.
Alter Ego versus Vivid, both in that 2-2 bracket playing up against one another, should also, I feel like, be a pretty good one if we can get a chance to maybe keep an eye on that one too.
I like that. I like that shout. Same with I would say RSK versus All on Black, but I think RSK probably should have that one, kind of considering the way they have played their previous rounds. I think that one's gonna be pretty fun for RSK. As these other ones, I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion on them. I wish I did. V-Star looking to go against 1UP. 1UP did not have a very fun time in their round 4. So V-Star looking to finish out strong for the rest of the night. Same with Ghostline and Sora. I know that they've kind of had an up and down tournament so far. I assume Ghostline is going to want to finish out strong, but Sora did have good games early on in this Swiss bracket. Out of everything else, I mean, yeah, we've already got DQs rolling through. You Can't Park there, gets a DQ over Yart Munchers. Man on United Eclipse will take the DQ over them. Looks like Apostles and Kaiju will actually be playing their match in the 1 and 3 down there. Same with Limitless and Welcome Wagon. You know, shout out to those guys for just playing the match regardless of the result. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also maybe I can get an update in my ear. I think results from qualifiers, do those points carry over towards other qualifiers towards the main event, or am I tripping on that?
I was gonna say they definitely have to carry over.
So I mean, I feel like for me, even if qualifier 1 doesn't necessarily go the way I was hoping,
yeah,
I don't know if I would necessarily be giving away a free series at the end of my night. I feel like, I don't know, man.
If you can lock in one win is better than none.
Right, exactly. We have seen, especially when it comes to the end of qualifiers, where not only series differential but just game differential can sometimes come into play for that like 15-16 seed of a bracket, right? So definitely interesting to see teams kind of cashing in. You've already stayed up this late. It's only 11 o'clock out here on the East Coast. We're not even into DGen hours. What are we doing? You know?
Are you a real gamer? If you don't stay up till DGen hours, are you a real gamer?
It's not even the AM yet.
It's not even the AM. Well, I mean, like I said, it looks like we got the lockdown and I've already forgot that. Lockdown and false match gonna kick off with Tibbles looking in for that one on us. Blay, you got something for us? Are we tapping into a specific match? What you got? Okay, he's got something. I don't know about this.
I was going to say I was scared by the chuckle, but I think we're going to potentially be tuning into some force-fed Moirai action here, which was one of the other matchups that we did say kind of piqued our interest. And, you know, I had mentioned earlier there weren't any teams that were necessarily collecting up a lot of like dubs off of the top dogs. Moirai would probably be the one that's closest to them. They've taken down both Ballistic Hidden Cipher and Falls, 2 teams that are both 3-1. So a team that has definitely shown their worth thus far here on the evening. Let's see if they can finish it off with one more strong dub here.
Oh, they're warming up. Okay, so it's not an actual match. All right, Black. We got baited. I think we just got baited. Is really what it is.
It looks like an actual game to me. He says an actual game scrims? Or a scrim. Okay.
We're streaming scrims in round 5. All right, this guy, he's making excuses. We got the producer making excuses in our ear. What is this?
I feel like with that one already having had started, I feel like that one started a couple minutes ago. So I don't think this would be a scrim. Yeah, I think this has to be game number 1. I feel like this has at least been started long enough in Start GG that it wouldn't be like just a warm up or anything. This should actually be game number 1. And unfortunately, as far as for now, I'm going to have to try and find a way to get this ball back and see if we can tie things back up.
No, yeah, that's exactly what Moirai are going to want here. Being down 1 already, I mean, it's Force Fed is a really good team too. So I don't know. This is kind of bit. Ooh, that's scary. There it is. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say the back wall play there should seal the deal, so that way we find the tying goal. It will. Wait, I've never seen this goal celebration. That's awesome. That
I
is
actually hope
awesome.
we see more of that one. That was quite good. Ties things up here with 2:04 left to play in game number 1. And we always say game number 1 doesn't always necessarily need to be indicative of how the rest of the series needs to go, especially in a series like this in a unique format, right? Where this is round 5 of Swiss, two teams who have had a rather impressive evening. Both teams kind of coming into this off of the back of momentum. However, right now it is going to be Moirai looking for a clear, struggling in that department. It's a longer possession here for Force Fed Gaming, at least until Specs is going to be able to send this upfield.
Now, in this scenario, right, for this specific matchup too, it's important for Moirai to, I guess, win this to maintain that air of we really are the best team in North American rematch, but at the same time, like you already dropped down to the 3-1. You want to try to have the most favorable matchup you can moving into the top 16. On this other side too, I see that Lockdown is already down a goal here. Interesting.
It's early, final minute. I thought there's going to be a shot opportunity for Specs on our screen. Does get denied on that one, but it is still possession here for Moirai. And whoa. It's a back post shot. Well, I guess you can call it back post. It is still another goal for Moirai. It gives them the lead in this final 30 seconds of play.
An important game win here too for them. It's close. You have one more possession if you're on the opposite side, so it's going to be the most important possession you probably have all game so far. You have to make the most of this opportunity. Crossover goes to the header. There's the shot. Big block right in the box and the back wall play. Moirai lock it down.
Gotta do is hold the line. That's big there to be able to find a stop. If you can find it up into the offensive half would be huge, especially with just the 15 seconds, but it is going to be another opportunity. Force Fed's wide open net, and BBB seals it away and ties it at 3 with 10 seconds left.
Manny, shout out Manny on that one. That is an amazing play from Big Booty Blasian. Gotta say the full government on that one. That was a absolutely killer goal to get us tied up here. And this is now getting a little hairy. Okay, I was about to say a good pass here. Might find ourselves in an opportune moment for Moirai. On the opposite side of the pitch, though, we've got the approaching player off the sidewall. Long cross. No diamond at all. No shot. That's tough for Force Fed.
Got the possession, though, as they have an opportunity. Yeah, they do still have the possession here, back for an opportunity. And I mean, I feel like after being able to tie things up, you'd be okay with the result either way. But if you pick up a dub, you know just how much that can start to wear on a team like Moirai, who otherwise has seen quite a bit of success on an evening. A pass from Specs into the box, not quite going to find its mark. And once again, it'll be Force Fed with the possession.
Just a little update here as well. Lockdown not looking so good against False. They're down 2-0 and a minute is counting. Good pass up to the box. I know you guys can't see this. JJ's looking for one as well. It's just kind of hairy with these top situations because right now we're not even viewing the top 2 4-0 teams. We're actually doing the 3-1 rounds. So I feel like there's more on the line in a strange roundabout way here for these two teams or for these two matches.
Yeah, if you feel like, especially in these 3-1s, you're talking about the difference potentially of, I mean, what, being just inside the top 5 to potentially being just outside the top 10, which when you talk about later on in those, second and third rounds of an elimination bracket, is a quite significant difference in strength of opponents. So definitely a huge series for both of these two teams.
Yeah, no, and this overtime lasting to 2 minutes. There's a back wall play, and I think we might see it. There it is. Okay, I was gonna say there's got to be a goal that's gonna pop up there, and it happens. Force Fed taking goal game number 1 here against Moirai.
That's huge. Remember, it was 2 unanswered just to force the overtime. And then it is an overtime win for Force Fed. But now we'll tune in to Amy's Armies versus Pulgas FC. I feel like with as long as this round has been going on, was going to say game number 2, but I do see the overlay down the bottom left-hand corner. I know this is Pelmav stream, so it must be game 1.
Yeah, it's a good game. I mean, obviously, I say that, and Amy's Armies take a second goal, and we are at halftime, right? There's still 3 minutes left in this game.
Still plenty of time here for sure for Pulgas to be able to find a response, literally dead middle of the game itself. But I feel like for both of these two teams where they're sitting at, as far as on the day, being more in the back part of the bracket, you would like to be able to finish with a nice exclamation point here as far as in round 5.
Yeah, you definitely. Oh, we're going to switch over. We're going over to the lockdown side. This is going to be game 2 right here. So important matchup right now. False in the lead. And this could be a strong finish to their very long Swiss if they end out 4-1.
Big Dubsky to end their day here as well. Pass across, and that's going to find its way across. JJ is going to be able to find a big goal here for lockdown.
And again, a little bit of an update. I have the Kin stream pulled up now. It looks like Kin is up 1-0. I don't know if this is game 2. Maybe Ferb, Carter, whoever's in chat could update us on what's going on the Kin stream. But they're currently up 1-0 in their game.
Big open push here for lockdown, looking to flip the pitch quick. Oh, but the diving tackle knocks it away just in time. Keeper going to be able to secure that one as well. Nice play on the defense.
Yeah, no, this is, again, just incredible, truly, what we're seeing. Just all around the top. I mean, obviously, I wish we could, dude, I wish I had enough monitors to get all these games. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to see all the games happening right now that we possibly can, but big opening goal here in game 2 for lockdown.
She pass. Oh, it's off the backboard. False. It's going to be the realist. Will be the one to be able to tie things up. And what a heck of a play. You only had the goalkeeper to beat. You're able to bait him out with a header off the backboard.
I'm glad that Salty and I literally have the same idea. The moment you see it off the backboard, it's that season 0, baby. That day 1 special off the back wall. And I'm so glad to see it make a massive return here in these updates of rematch. Carter, I was talking about the Kin match currently. Kin versus I believe Narcan. Okay, so Narcan got game 1. Got it.
He said Kin is currently up in game number 2, so Hull looking to try and force a game number 3. We're 2 minutes here as far as into this one with lockdown and false, and so far still knotted up at 1.
So I mean, in this kind of position as well, where we're at, we've got this update on one of our top teams. Obviously, we don't have one of our top games. We don't have the other one. Yeah. That Pulgas match swung very heavily into Pulgas's favor. They're up 4-2 right now, by the way.
Shoo-wee. I mean, that's the type of response that they are looking for after an unfortunate start to that series. So gotta love to see that. Here's a nice shot from just inside the top of the box. Goalie's going to be able to find a save on that one. And I thought maybe it was a chance on the back here. False, though. Their defense is keeping them in the mix. And remember, Taquito, they took game number 1. If they can find a way to strike gold here, put themselves into the driver's seat, they can head down the home stretch with the lead.
They really could. It looks like we have a little bit of issues over on the Kin side. Everyone dropped out of their match, left pretty quickly, but Lock it in on the one in front of us. False, up 2-1 and with a game win. So this is, I mean, at the half, you're in the best position you could possibly ask for if you're false right now.
Feeling good. Lockdown. They've had some longer possessions and threatens towards the net, so you're definitely not sweating just quite yet. Of course, you do already have one game that you've dropped, so you don't have the luxury of dropping a second. Possession here for false, just outside the box. Will be a pass on in, denied by the defender, but it's right back out towards the wing. JJ pokes it away, and JJ now looks for the clear. It's up to Morty. Morty 2v2 pass on in, and Draco finds the lace.
This is what lockdown need. They 100% needed that. It's kind of a bit of a maybe not a confidence booster per se, but you swiftly stop the momentum. You don't even put a band-aid on it. You fully turn the faucet off. It's time to get back to even. And with so much time left on the clock at this moment too, lockdown have a chance to that was off the post. Realist went through the goalkeeper and off the opposite post, my lord.
Ding fries ready. That's unfortunate.
Oh,
but getting
that
shifty
was
with it is the realist.
That was disgusting.
And is able to absolutely break the ankles of two, leaving the net wide open. And when the biscuit's in front of the basket, the realist is going to have easy and nice eats each and every time. That's going to bring this back to within one.
This is it. Just like realist is pulling up this tournament, dude. This is my first time getting eyes on this false squad, so I'm impressed. I can't even lie.
Extend their lead to 1, which is going to be huge. Now you got to try to find a way to hold the line. First possession off of the kickoff here for Lockdown Orion, and they've extended a bit. They haven't had anything towards the net. However, JJ has a wide open net off of a shot that I think got deflected and ended up hitting up off of the backboard. Regardless, though, it gets the goalkeeper to jump towards one side, and it's an easy header towards the near post. And just like that, we're tied up at 3.
So I was going to ask you, you were saying, and then you swiftly followed it up with, oh, this is exactly what I was talking about. So, I mean, we're in the moment of like, it's both these teams are in shootout mode. They find these opportunities where they're able to score. I mean, in bunches, really. It felt like the game started slow, but now it's moved on at a much quicker pace. And it's kind of hit the plateau again where we're tied up at 3. We're going into that 60 seconds. Morty's looking for a pass central. That one got denied. Morty find this one once more. It's a really good stat from Vantic. That's what you want in that moment. There was a lot of pressure that was slowly starting to build, but they capped it off, and it will be a reset here for Lockdown.
40 seconds left here. Of course, you do still have overtime, so you don't have to necessarily rush things if you're locked down. You've got the benefit of already being tied up, and you do have that possession. The fact that you got the rock is what's most important. Gonna try and make a play just inside the 18-yard box, but we'll end up having that thing poked away. It will be gained right back, but unfortunately, Morty can't keep a handle on it. It's eventually into the hands of the keeper, and now it's False who take it the opposite way.
Oh, it's a good pass over to Realist. It was a little too far, though. Back pass to Kali. This is exactly what Lockdown need. Very much so a reset to kind of restart this offense. YF, the CB, push it up high. Draco finds the pass, but Trico got the gloves on it just in time. Excellent save. Defensive side here for False. And they've got a lot of room to work with. They got a lot of grass to play. Cassis on the side tries to dribble around Morty. Morty has truly locked it down, but that cross could build something. Realist waiting patiently. Good header there from JJ. Lockdown, get the possession back. That was a moment mounting for False.
I feel like one thing you definitely see from Lockdown, holding true to their name, their defense, not just only doing a phenomenal job of locking down individually, but we've really seen the front of their defense having no problem extending and putting pressure towards the midfield line. It does create that extra space like you were talking about, but in the 1v1 game, their defenders on the back line have definitely been in holding the line. It's a clear up towards Draco. Draco can't find the handle, which does mean that False will still have the handle here. Keeper will be able to bring it up the field. No defender this time around stepping out. They're keeping that one extra player on back. Here's a chance, though. Now in the open field, Morty can't quite get it up to Draco, though.
Passes had an opportunity. That's a great pass. Realist goes opposite. And that will be the series. False in overtime, taking it 2-0 over Lockdown.
What a play. Quick transition. It's a pass up to the Realist, and just puts it far post. The pass, a dime. The shot, even better. And that will allow for a clean sweep here as Lockdown Orion pick up a big dubski.
Yeah, that couldn't have been more important for, that was false. You said Lockdown is false.
Yeah, I did say that backwards. I was just looking at that. That's my bad. That's my bad.
It's all good. It's all maybe regardless, dude. That was an electric match, and it looks like Pulgas will take a sweep over Amy's Armies over there on Pelmav stream. So, we got 2 back-to-back sweeps. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I feel like this is the time of night where you got teams who are really trying to put an exclamation point on their day. And even as we tune in over here, we also see, who is this? This should be Hidden, right?
Yeah,
Hidden Cypher's squad, as they'll be going up 2-0. I'm guessing this has to be game number 2 as well, right?
Yeah, no, there's no way it's not. If it's game 3, I'd be beside myself, because that means Hidden Cypher has trickled through the bracket towards the end, which is not a good look for them moving forward. Again, you think of the strength of the roster of what Hidden Cypher is, and if they're in game 3, that means that they are not looking as strong as a top contender as you'd hope them to be. So we're waiting to see on this one. It looks like Ghostline 0 blew through Kaizen. Like, I don't know how else to say that.
Yeah, as I say, I can't say that that's a result that completely surprises me.
Sure.
Because I feel like we've seen a surprise, or I feel like we've seen flashes from them, at least here on the evening, but we'll be able to give people more updates as we see more results. What I was going to say for Hidden Cypher here, we have seen them on screen throughout the course of the day. And here in this game, what I'm assuming, again, is game number 2. We've gotten to see back-to-back goals where it's just really opened up from some big passing plays.
Yeah, and also, Hidden Cypher is a 4-0 team, apparently?
Sounds about right, yeah. I feel like we have seen them on stream usually winning. Orion, I'm actually kind of surprised. Orion's 3-1. I don't feel like we've gotten to sit in on any of their games. They have been kind of quietly 3-1 on the day. They'll end 3-2, but that does indeed mean, just like you were talking about, Hidden Cypher ending qualifier number 1 at 5-0. Impressive.
Yep. Looks like also, Kin is 3-1 going into Narcan's 4-0. SBK is 3-1 going into Low XP's 4-0. So we've got a few 4-0 teams sprinkled around everywhere. So interesting to see the way these guys have matched up with Swiss. Gotta love rankings for what they are. But
got caught sleeping.
Not the goalie check, bro. Not the season 0.
It's tough, man. You feel like that pass is secure because your player is heading towards the goalie. Surely they should be able to secure that one in. Ends up not being the case, and now a potential mercy rule scenario.
Yeah, and this, I feel, benefits... Oh, I was going to say it benefits Ken, but it actually doesn't. They did lose game number 1. So this will tie the series.
Game number 3, and not only will they force the game number 3, they'll be able to do so a little bit early. It's not very often, Taquito, we see Mercy Rule getting applied here in our rematch esports games, especially this late in the tournament. Has to have them feeling good on that side of the pitch.
Yeah, and it's kind of a crazy the team that they just mercy ruled, right? Like, let's just kind of call that what that is. They just mercy ruled Narcan.
You were telling me earlier that was a squad that I was supposed to be keeping an eye out for whenever we saw.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Norman. Thank you. There was it's 2 mercy rules back to back.
Oh, so that's the end of that then.
No. So game 1 was mercy by Narcan. Game 2 was mercy by Ken.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So technically, the overall game score is tied 4-4. Is what you're telling me?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. There's been 8 goals scored in this series so far.
2 sweeps. That's definitely something we don't see ever. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. The total scoring is 8 goals, and it's 2 mercy rules back to back. That's crazy, bro.
I don't even know what to do with that, Taquito. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't either. I wonder if Pell is off for the night, or if he wants to come in here and offer some insight. Because, like, what is going on right now? Like, I wonder if he wants to pop in here and yap with us towards the end of this night. Because this is interesting.
I think especially because, I mean, it is, to be fair, it is 2 teams that we have seen have had quite a bit of success in the evening. We were talking about Narcan 4-0. Ken is 3-1. But I feel like if you 4-0 in game number 1, I don't know, maybe just first thought spitballing is
you don't get 4-0 game 2.
You come into game 2 and it's, the whole thought of like a trap series that gets talked about in sports, right? Like all of a sudden that second game, you almost assume is going to be a win. Like you just dog walked game 1. Why wouldn't you walk into game number 2 and win? And then all of a sudden you let in a goal. It's not too bad. You let in a second goal and all of a sudden it's quicksand.
Right. And I mean, obviously, again, somebody with a little bit more in-depth rematch knowledge has popped up in here. So obviously we'll get the chance to hear from the man, the myth, the legend himself, the talking toucan, if you will. But like, what are these results, brother? We got false sweeping lockdown. Did you have that on your bingo card?
I can't say that I had it on my bingo card, but again, false. I mean, they're certainly proving that they're a great team. They were a team, obviously, that were, I don't know if you remember at one point when they were doing the tier 1 rankings at false, maybe like a month ago, they were like top 6 in NA at one point because they have a lot of continuity with each other. They've been playing around for a while. So, but beating Lockdown and that force fed team that we talked about, Taquito, that's some pretty crazy results here for false.
Yeah, man, it really is. And right now, obviously, force fed, they had a good series so far against Moirai. We did, Q and I saw that game 1. They did end up winning. So it kind of some weird results. I mean, again, this whole time we have not seen low XP on stream. Right, Q. We have not seen low XP.
Oh, yeah. We have somehow avoided them, I think, in all 4 rounds. And again, it goes back to the point. If you want to be on stream back for future qualifiers, get someone to stream that POV, baby.
I think not my biggest concern so far. I mean, because obviously this match we're in a little bit of a lull currently on stream. It's kind of a back and forth, 0-0. Nothing to really write home about so far. I see. Pretty is just back, is what I'm understanding, right, Pell? Like it's Pretty and Ty. They haven't broken up the duo just yet. We might see a goal here. Kidstiff isn't able to put it back. Wait. That's Friend. You tell me Friend is playing round 5?
Yes, Friend has been the keeper for Kin now officially for certainly a number of weeks. So ever since Pudiro left the squad and they brought Friend back, very, very fun. Very good to have him.
I didn't even realize that was Friend. Yo, shout out Friend. Yo, shout out, friend. The defense. Oh, no, please don't get cooked by. Damn it. Damn it.
What I will say really quickly about low XP, you mentioned about it. The thing that's really interesting and why I think we definitely should try to get them on stream next time is because, as I mentioned before, Pretty is actually, again, no longer playing the cam role. She's moving up as more of a striker these days, kind of a return to form from her OG days. And clearly, if they're going to go 5-0, which I believe they might have just done that against SPK, by the way, that is something that is going to be something to look at moving forward, and especially also the other people around them. Will they stick together? I feel like we've seen enough evidence here tonight that they absolutely should.
Yeah. We didn't get a single game. Hang on. Also, this is a fun one too for you, Q. One of their players, Insight, was playing with somebody else, and when Pell and I were talking, when he gives me his Pell breakdowns, which again, I'm going to say it to him now that he's in the VC, should be a newsletter. Genuinely should just be a newsletter at this point. Insight was a player that, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of questionable on, because previous teams had shown that Insight can get results, but kind of outside of that top 4 S tier rank. Insight did have a good string of tournaments, but seeing this result here, a 5-0, what does that kind of tell you, Q? What are you thinking?
I'm sorry, thinking as far as what? I was watching that shot, my bad.
I feel you. Yeah, that was a good shot. It was a good shot.
From my dog Christy out here.
My dog Christy, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Pell, were you here for that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Kistiff is now Christy.
Oh yes, I was there. That is correct.
Okay. But no, I was saying with kind of the mishmash roster we see from low XP, it was 5 players who went LFT, man. All these players were LFT. And so they're just a banded together squad of 5 that have just gone 5-0 in the opening qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, we do see this sometimes across multiple esports. The honeymoon phase can truly be a thing. I think definitely now going to be on people's radar. It's one thing to have one good event, and especially during a Swiss. Now people are definitely going to be crossing them or circling that matchup, especially on Sunday, as things move forward, as Solus is going to be able to take this lead and successfully cut it in half. But I do also got to say that sometimes teams that come together and find success, it's just sometimes going to be a chemistry thing. It's not so much about putting the best people together. It's about how they piece together for a full picture. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that breakdown right there. What are we feeling here, Pell? I mean, Kin's got to do something, and they got a minute 15 and counting to do it.
Oh, they absolutely do have to do something. And Ken, you guys have probably seen him a couple of times when we have the collab stream with Mr. Dirty Toro himself, who's taken us through like all the Kin matches. And again, Kin, they're very methodical in the way they play, very set play heavy, try to come back on defense. And I mean, clearly it's been working out for them so far tonight. But again, this is a team that's been together again for quite some time, Minwoo and Ippy in particular. You just look at the rest of the guys as well. And I don't know if you saw my chat message about it, but their normal striker, Vermeil, is not even the one that's playing tonight. It's Solus. And even still, they are getting some unbelievable results. I mean, they're obviously almost was on the verge of going 4-0. Obviously, they had one game taken back from them. But, I mean, in any case, they're going to be such a great team to watch here on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. The moment I saw that Ippy was actually playing on the squad, I lost my mind. Because I remember when Ippy was like in a coaching type role and not actually playing. So shout out the OG GOAT with one of the OG mechanics. Unfortunately, no longer really here anymore. But opportunity we see rising. It's a good body block. We'll have to reset would be the smartest decision here. Waste of time into last attack is probably what Ken is going to look for. Q, what are you looking for right now in this moment?
I'd like to see if we can end up getting an overtime forced. Unfortunately, it means you're going to have to find a goal as far as in this last possession. I'm not sure it's going to be the case. I thought Kistiff was going to be able to end things there. But, hey, you know what? Again, you know me. I always love some more rematch. Let me get it.
Oh! As you asked for it, what a save from Turtle. Oh man, I thought we were gonna see top right bins on that shot. It looks like Narcan roll in to round number 5 as the other 5-0 team. Low XP and Narcan, your top 2 moving into Sunday.
And ends up, I think, wrapping up most of our day, too. I think we've got almost all of our other results across. I think we're just waiting on Moirai and ForceFed. All of our other ones across, you had mentioned that low XP team finishing up their 5-0. I'm trying to think about some of these ones that we hadn't gotten to talk about. Did we get to mention the RSK win over All on Black earlier, or no?
Nope, we didn't talk about that one or the
Or Vivid over Ego.
Yeah, we have that. We have Ballistic over Crisis. Vivid end out the tournament 3-2. We saw a rough start for them at the beginning. Orb Esports, they also end out 3-2. Let's see, Good Vibes end out 3-2. Raikou 3-2. V-Star, they rock out their 3-2 as well. The Ghostline B team is rocking out 3-2. And I think that really kind of ends it out. Eclipse, Kaiju. Oh, Kaiju's looking rough. 2-3. Do they squeeze in? 1, 2, 3. Ooh,
Probably
I don't think Kaiju squeeze in.
No, I feel like with what we had 54 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have to go 3-2 to have a chance to make top 16, right?
Yeah, and it looks like Eclipse is the last team. They're team number 17 on this top little, like, 16 here with the way we see the Swiss right now. Maybe Eclipse doesn't squeak in due to, like, head-to-head. I wouldn't really know. We'll have to find out once the bracket goes live, but okay, before this ends, because Pell is an absolute ForceFed fan, are you hoping ForceFed takes the win over Moirai?
I don't think I can't say that because again, I'm not a, you call me a fan, obviously, you know, I always like root for my boy Red. I always think he's just such an amazing
the
person
update
in this
is
game.
in.
Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. Let's
They
take a look at the update.
swept Moirai.
I'm telling y'all, you know, I told you in the DMs the other day, I said this force-fed team, like there's a clear top 4 right now in the game. Obviously now low XP coming out of nowhere is, you know, going to shake it up. But force-fed, I said if this force-fed team sticks with who they have right now, they can seriously be a great team to watch, a true title contender, and probably the best that this kind of roster has ever looked.
Q, what do you have to say to that?
I mean, again, I feel like it just kind of goes to show the point that we talked about that gap at the top closing. And when you have teams that, you know, have walked into today, I think you had mentioned earlier, Moirai was considered the #1 seed. They've lost 2 close series. Has me somewhat kind of excited to see what they're going to look like heading into tomorrow, because they are probably going to snag one of those, you know, last seats. Because again, with the amount of 3 and 2 teams, only a couple of them are going to make playoffs. I feel like their seeding should allow for them to be one of those teams. What kind of changes can you make between now and Sunday before the elimination bracket?
Oh, well, I mean, right now our definitive top 4, again, according to your Star GG bracket, are Narcan, Low XP, ForceFed, and False. And I will say, according to Pell, the Pell breakdown, a couple of these things are not like the other. We did not have. I was not prepared to see False make it into the top 4 like that, especially in a pretty dominant fashion through most of this bracket. And then same with Low XP, like he said, coming through with a 5-0. That is a tough result for a literal pickup team.
Riding the wave, baby. Is there a chance the honeymoon phase can also carry you through the end of the weekend? I don't know.
Sweep too. Oh,
I don't know if we have the ability to show it on stream because it would be put together very quickly. I can tell you though, it does look like over on Start we do already have our top 16 bracket together, and Because of that 3-2 from Moirai after dropping 2 games, they got
Their round
themselves
1.
a heck of a round number 1 versus
Oh,
Narcan. And then more than likely going to be playing, or I shouldn't even say more than likely. You win that game, you're playing against either Hidden or Kin, who both also had strong days. So because of a very tough Swiss, you went from being what was considered the number 1 seed starting Swiss to having one heck of a road to be able to even make it into what would be considered top 4, because they're also in the same quadrant of the bracket of low XP. That would, well, I guess low XP would be your top 4 matchup, but yeah, that bottom quadrant, Narcan versus Moirai, Hidden versus Kin, that's a tough quadrant of the bracket for sure.
Pell, talk to me. What's your kind of favorite matchup so far here in this top 16? Reminders, this is all single elim, guys. This is all single elim.
Yeah. I was honestly hoping it wasn't true, but I guess that's just kind of how it goes. And, if you slip up on the Swiss a little bit, you're going to get punished technically in a way. I mean, some of these matchups are pretty unreal for it to be round 1. I mean, I'm looking particularly in that bottom quadrant. That is unbelievable.
Just like you.
Narcan,
like
Moirai, Ballistic, and Kin. I mean, the fact that only one of those 4 teams is even going to reach the semis is pretty insane. And then on the other side, you look at the top end, you got a team like Hidden Cypher, and I don't want to write off the other 3 teams in that quadrant, but it almost feels like Hidden Cypher, I mean, again, they went 5-0, so they did the job, and they get kind of rewarded in a way where it looks like they might have a pretty simplified trip to the semis. So it's pretty insane, but at the same time though, again, Narcan, they also went 5-0. Why would they have to play a team like Team Moirai round 1? I don't know. That's the madness of Swiss that I maybe wasn't really thinking about too much, but it's pretty insane. Taquito, and not even just Narcan Team Moirai, but how about Force Fed and Lockdown round 1? Like that is
unbelievable. We have skipped over. We have skipped over literally. Like, yes, Narcan versus Moirai round 1 is incredible, but like, what? We have 2 basically semifinal matchups round 1.
Yeah, and keep in mind, guys, that this is very tentative. I don't know if this is officially official. It's just what we have available to us through start. Generally, that's what's ends up being official. But I think Taquito and I can talk from experience. Just I feel like we see this at least once every split over an RLCS.
Dude.
You have a top team stumble in Swiss, and all of a sudden the rest of the bracket just looks funky again, really referring back to Moirai. I mean, imagine being Narcan. Hey, yeah, you went 5-0 through Swiss. Round 1 you play Moirai. Like, come on, dog. What are you doing to me? It sounds weird, but through Swiss, like that makes sense. So it's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
How many times have we seen NRG do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many times have we seen it happen to NRG? But that's just the nature of the beast, guys. And this is I mean, I don't know if this is gonna change come Sunday, but I have to literally agree with Norman. This is a hellish bracket. Like, yep. I feel bad for Next Up. They have to play false round 1. I feel bad for RSK. They have to play low XP round 1. Pulgas and SPK. That seems fun. I'll be honest. I still feel bad for Pulgas. The only matchup that seems semi-fair is Tekio versus Ghostline Zero, and the way Ghostline Zero finished out their bracket, that doesn't even seem fair. So, like, this top 16 is all over the place.
It is worth noting, and I'm seeing in chat, they're asking for Glaze for Hidden Cypher. Hidden Cypher has definitely put themselves in a very favorable quadrant, I would say. I think if you just look as far as names in general, and especially from what we have seen Hidden Cypher on screen. Again, remember, keep in mind, this was qualifier number 1. We got plenty more, and for that bracket we just saw, make sure you guys are tuned back in on Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, as I think have a different crew tuning you guys back in. But if it's first time through, I know we've had a couple of raids from a couple of different channels. Big shout out to you guys. Make sure you hit the follow button because we've got plenty more action over the coming months here for our RME Nation circuit. Big shout out to Slow Clap for helping us put this thing all together.
Man, it's been an incredible night too, Q. I'm so glad you're back here with Rematch. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. You always be popping in the chat, but you're a busy man. You're a father. You're a commentator of many leagues. You wear many hats across esports. So guys, if you have never actually checked out Q, this guy definitely knows some video games. So please hit the follow button on his Twitter. You can see all his updates, man, of all the stuff that he gets involved in. So, but at the end of the day, obviously, you know Pelmav's going to rock it out on Sunday. You know I'll be here. Maybe Q's going to be rocking around if he ain't too busy. But at the end of the day, it's the end of the night. We've got your top 16 bracket. He told you, keep it locked here. 6 p.m. Sunday. We're going to see you there. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll catch you on the next one.